first match of the day.
Yep. Ladies and gentlemen, we're here. Month 2 of Carryout Clash. Starting off the tournament, we got RuDaGawd coming up with his signature read. And then on the other side, we got ShhNoSound rocking the Kage.
Got the funky Shoto and the Shoto. Starting with the fireball and V skill.
Yeah, nice V skill over the fireball.
Ru
constantly poking with the low forward fireball strings, hits the cross cut uppercut. Good defensive option. He's got him held down in the corner, continually just pressuring with these stand light kicks and low forwards.
The jump back calls it out.
Yeah, that was a good punish.
Beautiful. Definitely was seeing that ShhNoSound really liking going for those V skills. Caught onto that. Great call out at the end there.
Okay, opening with the solar plexus strike. ShhNo tries to go for a grab and no dice. Unfortunately, they're going to go back to neutral, and Ru is going to hit him with the counter hit conversion off the crouch strong. Good stuff.
Got the fireballs. Going for this V skill 2 calls again. Oh, that was definitely not what they had to do there.
Yeah, he definitely meant fireball. Fortunately for him, ShhNo is going to drop the combo, and then he's going to activate his own V trigger, but unfortunately, he's going to get clipped by the V skill trying to jump. He's in the corner. Oh my god. Got put in the corner. He was feeling real brave. Woke up with the wake up jab. RuDaGawd taking the first game.
Yeah, really doing a great job of keeping that composure and being like, all right, you want to try? I'll just jab you.
Yeah,
I'm not scared of that triple Tatsu. Nah.
Yeah, playing a very reserved, very reserved neutral, just kind of chipping away as he confirms fireballs.
Going back into the fireball. Get some pokes out here.
Yeah, good whip punish with the low forward. Not gonna convert off of it. Okay. ShhNo's trying to walk forward, but he keeps walking into fireballs. Fortunately, his jump's gonna get caught. He will activate V trigger and get the side switch though.
Slowly trying to get this corner. Ru fighting out. Yep, now he's got the corner. Jumping.
Okay, nice low forward. Preemptively pressing the stand roundhouse to catch the jump. Gets the parry into low forward Tatsu. One more hit's gonna do it. Shimmy.
Nope, gets him with the low forward.
Yeah, that's gonna take the next round. Ru is on a match point right now. Looking very clean.
Oh, the parry callouts.
Nice. It was unfortunate. ShhNo got the counter hit jab, could have got a conversion, but he dropped it unfortunately. Nice. It's pretty optimal combo for the whip DP. Oh, gets another counter hit jab, doesn't do anything off of it.
Trying to keep that corner, keep the Kage locked down.
He activates his V trigger. Oh, nice.
All right.
Yeah, uses the V trigger to teleport above him, gets the hit. He's going to convert into super. Still alive, barely. But Ru's also sitting on full resources.
Gotta be real careful.
Nice. Chucking the V trigger fireballs a lot faster and a lot harder to see. Is that going to catch the jump? Yeah,
oh my goodness.
The jump. And that is it. RuDaGawd taking it 2-0. And then we have Karen on the right. Yo, I low-key think this is one of the best Karen costumes. The holiday one.
Yeah, it's pretty solid.
Okay, CatsNamedFlash versus Zero Hero.
Starting out with the Kill Classics.
Yeah, stand medium kick, using his range to his advantage. Cat's gonna get the jump in. Classic Tenko combo into Orochi. He's got him in the corner now. Zero's using his footsies to get himself slowly out of the corner, starting to toss some fireballs on the screen too. Unfortunately, he gets clipped by the counter hit stand light kick that's going to combo into low forward and put him in the corner.
Gotta try to keep this corner. His back thrown.
Yeah, I like the tick throw with the stand jab.
Mm-hmm.
So now at least he's out of the corner, and the Gil has to hold the pressure.
Keep the range.
Nice whiff punish with the stand strong into the EX Tenko. Optimal. Gets the throw. Gonna take the first round.
Yeah, excellent awareness on there, just keeping slow. Getting those buttons going right through the fireball like that.
Yeah, smart stuff.
Using those big buttons. Gotta be careful.
Nice
that happens.
punish. Yeah. Cats is noticing that his main poke tool has been the stand medium kick, so he was trying to microspace perfectly outside of their range. He's gonna use the stand strong to get the whip punish.
You gotta be real careful with the big buttons right now. Cats is seeing them like that.
Another one. Yeah, catches the forward heavy kick again with a stand strong.
Not putting up with any big normals right now. Keeping that spacing.
Yeah, I like this. He's not taking any risk. He's got a pretty healthy life lead. Doesn't really need to go for anything crazy.
Cats like, go ahead. Press a button.
Okay. Checks the dash with the stand medium kick. Unfortunately, he's going to hit by the counter hit crouch strong into super. Decent amount of damage. Still alive.
I got activation.
Oh, he backed out severe reversal.
Well, we gotta be real careful right now.
Yeah, the stare down is serious. Oh, he whipped the overhead in his face. Could have whip punished that.
This is... Oh,
yeah, chip.
going right into that. The chip. Not gonna chip, but it's gonna do enough to get the timeout.
That was smart.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got the meter. Just get the life lead there.
Yeah, very respectable.
Taking it 1-0, but we did see some really good adaptation at the end there. Stopped whipping those big buttons. Started being a lot more careful. You know, Cats has been taking big advantage of those big whiffs.
Yeah. Zero got a nice whiff punish on the Karen Sand light kick. Unfortunately, didn't convert.
Back throw.
Okay, overhead. Nice. Puts him back on the ground.
Very nice counter hit.
Applying pressure. Cats is gonna get out of the corner. Oh, the shimmy. Oh, and he punishes the V-shift. It's not a good idea to do that in the corner. There is recovery frames on V-shift.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the offensive V reversal.
Yeah, V reversal is the V reversal. Okay, crouch strong into the flame tackle. Zero can only take one. He can't even take one more hit.
Yeah, I gotta be real careful here and taking the throw instead.
Yep.
Round 2. Fight.
Okay, Cat's trying to close this out. I'm actually surprised he got thrown from that far away.
But we zoned him with the throws even.
Okay, reset the neutral with the forward throw. Cat's just sticking to the normal plan, trying to walk him down. Catch a whip punish so he can convert.
Huge.
Okay. Zero with a crouch strong whip punish of his own, but unfortunately doesn't convert.
Oh.
Nice stand pierce. Oh, the side switch. The weak one. Okay, that's +1.
No
Chooses to back out and reset neutral instead of pushing further.
Yeah, that once again grab from downtown.
Yeah.
Just keeping that spacing. Knows the spacing for that standing medium kick. Definitely looking for it.
Man, the timer is running down. Zero's got to make something happen.
Yeah.
28 seconds. Okay, catches a jab. And the counter hit stand strong is gonna take it.
Doing nothing but stuff at the venue, which was, you know, fine. I will say there was not a serviceable breakfast place in the joint. The best breakfast that we had was at Johnny Rockets.
Johnny Rockets for breakfast. Hey, yo.
Yeah, it's not the way. We'll have to see if DaDiGaz finds a way through this matchup against Delta Red. What do you think of this matchup, Pulse?
Kind of rough for Gil. I mean, it's Cammy. She hasn't really changed too much. She's gonna dive kick frame. She still has great normals, so it's definitely more in her favor, I would say.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree. What's really gonna matter is already representing the the V trigger too.
Yeah,
like
V trigger 2. This is not something we never see this with Cammy because they love the V trigger 1, the drill.
Right. You know, look at this guy. Coral kick, no activation. Wants to activate on hit? No. Okay, so that's weird that we see the activation now then. But this isn't a bad spot. Using the rest of the V-trigger for the anti-air, closing out the round.
Yeah, that was impressive. The anti-air fireball. Catching him, juggling him, finishing the round. Okay, I like how DaDiGaz is he's like using his fireballs really well in neutral. Not throwing a bad fireball and getting jumped on.
Yeah, I also like, you can see that he's using the lunges and alternating fireballs with the lunges. So Delta Red can't just like dash forward in the gaps or just try to jump needlessly because they have to worry about the threat of the red lunge.
Oh yes. Speaking of which, he just got one of his fireballs EX dive kicked on, so now he's in the corner. He's gonna take the throw.
Ooh! That man was ready with the background house anti-air. Walks out of the shimmy, though, and that's going to be the activation once again from Delta Red, who was not respectful of the plus frames.
Okay, goes for the shimmy, no dice. He's going to V-reversal to build some space, reset neutral, slowly walking himself out of the corner. Ooh,
I wanted it so bad. Yo, show me harmony. I want to see it. I want to see it. The next dive kick, V-shift back, CA. That's all that I want to see. You will be a gut. Yes.
Fire.
You didn't even need. There was no dive kick, no V-shift. Yes. Embrace harmony. Hit him with the Liam O'Brien.
So awesome to see. Great anti-air reactions from DaDiGaz.
So we were talking about this matchup, you know, not feeling super great for Gil, and I think that's true on paper, but it seems like Delta Red is having difficulty sort of getting into the pocket and opening up that game. Finally, the late dive kick to alter the jump trajectory. And all of these frame traps and shimmies are like largely working out. Oh, didn't believe in the standing strong.
Yeah, he definitely could have converted into that and got the stun combo. Really unfortunate. Now it's DaDiGaz's turn. Pushing himself out of the corner. He's going to take that conversion. Slowly walking forward. He's got to be careful whipping that forward HK. But as I say that, I'm going to eat my words because he's going to get a full V-trigger activation combo off of that. And she's...
Oh my god.
He took her coast to coast. And now they're back in the center of the stage.
Okay, just going for the back throw there. I imagine that was like a defensive back throw that just kind of happens to work. We have a little bit of trigger left here as DaDiGaz showing him the wall again. We could play for chips soon, but there's still one bar. Oh, it's not gonna matter.
Yeah, he went for the overhead. Unfortunately, got clipped by the cross up. Ended up converting into a full combo. Super canceled. He's gonna take the round from DaDiGaz.
Right, around on the board, we saw a little bit of signs of life because Delta Red is starting to experiment a little bit more with that air approach. I do like where Delta Red is placing the low forward. We saw a little bit of that in the first round as well, where it clipped, you know, the sort of the charged stand fierce. We just need a little bit more confidence in the mid-range from Delta Red because that's where Cammy wins this matchup. Nice.
Yeah, we also need to see Delta Red check the dashes a little bit more. He's getting a little bit cheeky in the neutral, trying to close the gap by just dashing with a button.
Oh, whiff punish there. That was the same interaction that I was just talking about, was trying to whiff punish that standing fierce, but a little bit too far away. Ooh, overhead flip.
Ooh. Yeah, that was good stuff from Delta Red. The V-trigger unfamiliarity from V-trigger 2 definitely came into play right there.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I also don't know what it does. That's the first time anyone has ever seen that move. In fact, I'm not unconvinced. Delta Red needs to be investigated for cheating. They definitely Game Sharked in some custom moves. Next, they're gonna, go to Goku and character select because it's an Unreal Engine game, and we can just put Goku in all of those now. That's just how this works. Now, ooh, okay, the double dash behind the cryo ball, finding the regular throw. Shimmy works out for RuDaGawd this time.
Yep, put him in the corner. He's gonna get the throw.
Okay, I see 2. Do we see 3? No, cryo ball. That's 3. I'm counting that. Overhead. Nah, trade works.
Round 2.
All right, so when we say take the throw, that's a philosophy. It is not meant to be an epitaph. So I'm going to need to see a little bit of adjustment from DeltaRed, but it's exactly like you said. That round was so much of not checking the dashes and the forward movements.
Yeah, you definitely, and it's really hard in this game because of like how fast everything is, like knowing which one you're going to have to look for first, the dash or the jump.
Stun mounting. There's the
the
shimmy every time.
Yeah, I like it. It's a forward throw. Stays in front. Ooh, doesn't block the double crouch strong. And then he hits the V shift. That was so sick.
All right, DeltaRed, we're taking it to set point. Both players on a sick V shift read.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Nah, you definitely gotta clip that one. That was gas.
All right, but that was about to be the start of the sequence that opened up round 1 of this set. Okay, standing medium kick works as an anti-air for the early dive kick. We get a nice starter here off of blocking the spiral arrow. Wow, RuDaGawd swings in the frame trap, and now back throw from DeltaRed earns corner control.
Oh, and then he gets backed on by RuDaGawd. These guys are literally swapping sides left and right. Goes for the overhead, good block.
Activation just goes for the tick throw. No bite, double shimmy, nothing. That overhead flip, the kick there coming out of V-Trigger 2 once again.
Yeah, the flip kick. I think she can switch it up between that and like an air throw as well. Oh my god, the back throw caught that shimmy. Oh,
and then you still alive. Oh, shimmied again.
Shimmied him again. Yo, DeltaRed adapting. That first game was looking kind of rough, and he definitely turned it around as the set went on.
Just hard read, dash, or jump to deal with V-Shift if you're trying to play around it. But given that you kind of just want to walk people into the corner and oppress them anyway, I feel like if someone uses V-Shift through your pressure because they don't want to play with you, you just kind of take that dub. And it's like, all right, I get some screen control for it. No anti-airs, off rip. Mailyn already knows that they're going to get to jump with reckless abandon. And they hit confirm off the counter hit standing medium kick. Okay.
He gets another counter hit conversion off of the standing jab. And he's just running him into the corner, just mauling him with these plus frames, these frame traps. Optimal combo in the corner, and that's gonna kill. That was a fast first round.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes Laura will do that to you. I think the thing for Deanthraxx is like, you've got a 3-frame and you're stand short. Using it effectively against the Laura player is not the easiest thing in the world. Mailyn really got away. Oh, just a little bit too far away for the same counter hit confirm. And we're back at the corner again, rocking that V skill 1, going for the trade off the thunderclap, and Deanthraxx is trying to be a little bit more aggressive.
Okay, blocking the dash in, crouch strong into low forward, but he can't block that command throw, that's for sure.
Oh no, wasn't exactly ready to follow up on the crush counter stand fierce, but we're sitting so pretty. V-shift back from Deanthraxx, very little is going to come of it, and the low forward into the elbow coming off from Mailyn. A lot of those low forwards, Mailyn getting away a fair bit with like micro walk back, and then low forward seems to have a great read on when Deanthraxx is going to make that adjustment from blocking to movement, and is clipping the legs accordingly.
Yep. Definitely can tell that he's done his homework on this specific matchup.
So I know Deanthraxx, he plays a couple other characters. He can play Karin as well as Cammy. We'll see if he's going to stick with Bison or if he's going to switch to one of the secondary. I feel like either of those would be a good choice against Laura, because then it could force the Mailyn to possibly switch to
Poison, but Poison versus Cammy potentially not as good as if it was against Karin, but we'll see what happens here.
Yeah, I feel like if you're evaluating a matchup switch here, I feel like the thing to take away from that match was I feel like Deanthraxx was on the back foot the whole time, even in the neutral. Okay, so it is the switch to Karen. So what I want to see out of this is more active neutral, more active poking, but like obviously, and force Mailyn to sort of go back into that counter poking style that Laura is, I think, a little bit more equipped for. See, you're at -2, going right for the shimmy. Already slightly better. Even just the walk speed helping a fair bit here in that situation.
Walks forward with the stand fierce, going to convert it into a Tenku Orochi. And this is already looking way better for Deanthraxx. He has had the corner positioning. He's already got a decent amount of damage tacked on. I'd like to see him check Laura's legs when she's charging thunderclaps, just so he doesn't feel like he has to hold that. Like, just right there, he just got the stun because he didn't want to block the thunderclap.
Yeah. You know what? I'm going to give you one more. As soon as Deanthraxx walked back to mid-range to get away from the thunderclap, is when I knew this matchup was not going to help, because Deanthraxx clearly isn't comfortable trying to low profile underneath the clap. Letting the sweep rock after that sequence there. Even not disrespecting after the -2 on standing medium kick. We're just not taking turns. The only turns we're taking are with invincibility.
Yeah. Okay, takes the throw, hits low forward, no conversion, and then Mailyn's gonna return with his own low forward into elbow. Okay.
And once again, that was a spot where like I would have loved to see a low forward. Finally gets blocked. Mailyn absolutely has the damage to close this out. Just goes for the target combo extension. Wow. Alright, Psychotic Chaos for SpaceBoy, who's a filthy liar. Talked to SpaceBoy at EVO, who was playing the Akira at EVO, which I didn't realize he was cycling into the rotation because I had every expectation that we were going to be seeing the Rose out of him.
And then he decided to win because the Luke Defense Force is here.
Yeah, well, so he had said that, you know, after EVO, he was like, that's it, I'm done playing around. It's Akira and Luke. I'm done, like, switching and playing a bunch of characters. And, like, my only problem with that, and this is no disrespect to SpaceBoy, is I feel like SpaceBoy's Luke is, like, maybe my least favorite of the characters that I've seen him play.
Oh yeah, because it's just like, it's literally like any other Luke you see.
I mean, Luke is, while very strong, a very simple character to play.
Simple-minded.
Right? Well, yeah, I mean, he's not like very difficult to play, and he has a lot of strong reward for, you know, the options he has. So I can understand why people aren't like interested in watching Luke.
See, it's not about like my own personal appreciation of watching the character in a vacuum. It's that I feel like I find SpaceBoy's play better on other characters than Luke.
I mean,
oh my god, the crouch jab? Okay, never mind. I take it all back. That crouch jab, understanding Psychotic Chaos is going for the activation. And that up back, oh my god, SpaceBoy sees you from orbit, has the satellite uplink. That's going to be the activation, though, coming out of Psychotic Chaos. We're not going to be able to cash out enough back throw from SpaceBoy, but only 15 seconds left on the clock.
He's got to do something. Use the X Fireball, trying to inch forward with the forward Pierce. All blocks on Psychotic Chaos' side. V-shift, gets the V-shift break. He's in the corner. Oh, no!
Why would you do that?
No! Oh man, he risked it for the biscuit on that EXDP. That was crazy.
Yo, you can go to your local supermarket and get biscuits that can be ready in 15 minutes. You didn't have to 6-2-3 there.
That was pretty risky. Nice whiff punish on the forward Pierce from Luke. Okay, interrupting the walk forward with the classic target combo.
Using that standing medium kick very well, but still surrendering an awful lot of space. But that back throw is huge. Overcommits to the forward dash, though, and SpaceBoy checks with that target combo that you just spoke of. That time the DP works out better.
Oh, Stand Fierce into activate. Another Stand Fierce DP into the super. That's gonna be it. SpaceBoy's gonna take the first game.
The future of Street Fighter looking bleak. Hit her so hard she's gonna buy a motorcycle and a Kira slide.
Carry some lipstick, check her phone all the time.
I do have to say, watching the Street Fighter 6 jury reveal trailer, she has never looked better. I watched that and I was like, oh, Jury was always a Street Fighter 6 character. Because I didn't care for her in 4, and other than this patch, I've not cared for her much in 5.
Yeah, I like how she is in 6. They gave her back her dive kick from 4. Her outfit looks really, I really like her outfit in 6.
Right, SpaceBoy continuing to slowly inch forward. This is looking like the story of this character and player matchup so far. SpaceBoy inches forward, Psychotic Chaos backs off and plays for stocks, and then eventually finds themselves cornered.
Yeah, I mean, when you see Luke walking forward on you, I'd be scared too. Oh, nice dash up. Hits him with the crouch short, crouch jab. Gonna get the conversion off of it.
Continue to press forward. Psychotic Chaos really trying to use that standing medium kick very effectively. Okay, there we go again. How much are we gonna wait before we trigger activate? Finding the throw. There's the activation. V-shift out. Oh no, I almost don't like going for the break there out of SpaceBoy.
Yeah, I think just the regular V-shift would have been good enough. He probably thought that the move had enough recovery to where he'd get it, but...
Ooh,
Okay, nice,
wasn't
nice.
ready for the stagger.
Okay,
SpaceBoy
backing
just
off.
backing up.
Yeah, he's
Yep,
trying to...
has
he's
the
trying-
life lead.
Yeah, still has that trigger on deck. Oh, burns the end of it. But yeah, Luke's V-trigger does recover passively, as long as he still has it.
Yep, and I see you asking in the chat. This is 1-0 SpaceBoy right now. Big jump in. Oh no, but if you had waited, there was definitely a different combo route you could have gone for that would have gotten you that round. You were gonna get CA if you did like jump in a normal or two and then a special. You definitely could have got a CA cancel and closed that out. Psychotic Chaos just going for the 1-bar autopilot. Feels bad, man.
Yeah, those high pressure decisions are, you know, they're very hard to deal with in the heat of the moment. So, you know, we all make mistakes. Not everyone's going to remember to do the absolute most optimal combo at that time. And it's unfortunate because that would have given him the round. And unfortunately, SpaceBoy, he's going
Plus
in.
frames.
All the plus frames with this EX Sandblast. He's going to get the back throw, get the stun, jump fierce, crouch fierce, heavy flash knuckle into the DP, and he's going to take that second game. He's going to move on 2-0.
The netcode and managed to live through quarantine, and you just know if they did manage to get it, hey, Grand Blue Publishers, roll back in your game. But I think both of those things are really telling that, like, if the game missed its shot, give it real online, and people are gonna try it again.
Yeah, the whole Sam Show scene in general, everybody's like, hey, if you want to learn, hit me up. Hey, if you want to learn, I can teach you the game. Like, it's really cool. Personally, it literally almost brought a tear in my eye because I have a lot of history with that game and that community, so it's real good to see. But right now, what's also good to see is this next match, and we got CozyPhil on the left. He's playing Falcon up against Ramma, and Ramma is putting on a clinic in that corner until he got that wake up into the V trigger activation. Now CozyPhil is trying to work his way out of the corner.
Yeah, you can see CozyPhil is, oh wow, I was gonna say has largely relegated to just crouching jabs, but finding a frame trap now. Plus on whiff was that throw, had to V reversal, does Ramma.
Yeah, back to neutral. Slowly throwing out these ground pounds, trying to build some space. CozyPhil gets the jump on the next ground pound. Gonna get the conversion. Guess for game. Ooh, he wakes up with the jab, gets the counter hit crouch strong, and he's gonna activate, take it.
Round 2.
Yeah, there was I feel like both of those players had big sequences swing back into their favor off of just the simplest of frame traps, and it was just like they were playing so much nooch that they just wanted to start sticking out those light pokes again. Nice presence of mind to whiff punish the missed V skill coming out of Ramma.
Oh man, whiffs the Sam Fierce and the pound whiffs is scary. I like. Go ahead.
Ooh. No, I was gonna say CozyPhil seemed like they were doing a good job of like living in the pocket between close and far V skill coming out of Ramma.
Yeah, he seems pretty comfortable at that mid range with Falc, and it makes a lot of sense. You know, she has some pretty good mid to long range tools. Her footsie buttons are pretty solid as well.
Right. Uh-oh, regular command grab from Ramma gets the party started into another throw. The crush counter will stun, and that should be done. Are we gonna get the combo after? Yes, we are. I see so little Necalli that I've not seen that stun extension. I almost expected Ramma to drop after after they shouted at the devil, but closing out the round anyway. Showing me some cool stuff. We should see more Necalli. I miss this character.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
another Necalli in bracket, Psycho. If you wanna correct me.
Round 1. Fight.
Yeah, it's definitely a character. I remember season 1, Nikali was pretty popular, and then after like season 1, season 2, like character popularity just like fell down the drain super quick. Oh no.
Big jump in on the V skill again. CozyPhil is indeed looking cozy as they push Ramma back into the corner.
Yeah, Ramma needs to watch. He really needs to watch these ground pounds because the recovery on them is so high. If he doesn't space them properly, he's going to eat a high damage combo.
Right. Oh my god.
I respect
Activation for plus frames. CozyPhil just busts out. Okay.
Yeah, I 100% respect that because he knew. He was like, okay, well, you're going to walk forward for a mix-up here. I'm just going to deny it and say hold this uppercut. Ooh, trade on the anti-air.
Keeps landing. Well, I mean, we'll take the trades. CozyPhil's in such a strong life lead.
Oh,
no!
no!
What a shame the Idom curse continues. It's propagating through CFN.
Oh, man, that was the most heartbreaking part of Evo.
About 25 seconds left on the clock. CozyPhil still has a life lead, but as Ramma places these V skills better, there's more and more of this gray life adding up, and CozyPhil has no more resources. Smoked by the V skill that time. Look how active Ramma needs to play. Hit him with the Mario Kart double dash, crouching strong, round on the board, and set point.
Yeah, he definitely did not see that dash.
Does Mario Kart have rollback asking for a friend? It does. You use it in speedruns.
Yeah, nice anti-air uppercut. Good stuff. He's going to get the counter hit, stand forward. Going to get the crouch light kick afterwards. Confirm.
CozyPhil with that life lead again, but it's, I mean, CozyPhil isn't getting a whole lot of high damage opportunities. It's a very atrocious matchup with a lot of pokes. And what's happening is when Ramma does get the one hit, oh, nice check on the dash. That was exactly what Ramma needed. But this big jump in over the whiffed, normal. Now Ramma gets to drive.
Oh, the DP. Get off me again. No Oki for you. Back to the neutral. CozyPhil once again. Very familiar situation. CozyPhil just controlling the neutral, spacing him out. Not really taking too many risks.
Another big jump in, but just too far away. The disadvantage of that pogo stick. You land, you don't get the combo after blocking the overhead. Has to V reversal. So much gray life. But Ramma still needs like 2 touches. I don't think the right touch gets anything. Oh, great presence of mind. What a trip guard.
Yeah, he caught the recovery frames with the dive kick. Very smart. Catches, oh my lord, jumps both the fireballs. Very scary situation. Gets the counter hit, stand forward.
Oh. After that round, come on. I started thinking Ramma was a new type.
Yeah, I definitely thought he was about to break his limits right there. Punish.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a punish.
Early life lead and corner position. Normally, I don't like an early CA in a context like this, but getting the corner position immediately means that you get to sit on this lead a little bit more. Although, CozyPhil getting that first hit.
I personally like the super because you don't like it's a fresh round. You can build more meter back, so he has the opportunity to be able to access those moves again instead of holding out, hoping he can get the hit for the super. Oh no! Man. The DP. He's gonna get a full crush counter combo.
Just a little bit of trigger left for CozyPhil. Ramma should get trigger shortly. I wonder whether we're going to see them play for Geyser. Yep, that's exactly what they do. Getting the V-skill, trigger on deck. Ooh, good DP.
Drops to the other side. Unfortunately, the DP's gonna knock him away. Finally has that V-trigger for activation. Okay,
so many of these rounds, they're
yes,
all looking like this at the end.
Yep. Going back to the ground pound strat to, you know, establish nooch, make sure, oh, he caught the fireball. He landed on the second one. Oh, and that's it.
Ooh.
I keep forgetting that's that plus.
Yeah, that was one of the newer buffs that she got.
Yeah, I don't feel like you're the only one that's forgetting that that's that plus, because that's the second time now, I think, that that they've swung into CozyPhil in that situation.
Round 1.
One game apiece. The winner of this plays NYC Furby. Still in the winner's side. The loser obviously will still have a shot. Anti-air's trade again.
Using these ground pounds a lot more offensively this time around. Already got him to the corner, gets the counter hit conversion, but ends up dropping it. Oh, the V-Trigger 2 activation is going to convert.
Oh! Oh no, it was too far away to punish the DP. That actually works out really wonderfully for Ramma. Finds the back throw, stand short, hit confirm. Oh, the meaty stuff.
The meaty. What are you doing? Where are you going? You should be blocking.
Ooh. Nice. We've not seen the EX command grab come out. We saw the regular command grab once. Wow! Had the time to whiff the standing short there and still block the reversal out of CozyPhil. Next hit should stun. Didn't have time that time. Or rather went for throw and got smoked.
Yeah, Falc's DP is definitely on the slower side of the reversal, so you can press a button and then block, and then depending on how fast the button is, you can block immediately after and still get it.
I see her so infrequently that I forget that, and also I feel like it rarely do I see it in that context because people just respect it so much.
You could do the
when
same
they are
thing.
worried about it. Ooh,
You could do nice conversion.
CozyPhil.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
But yeah, you could do the same thing to Urian Headbutt when it was a legitimate reversal as well.
Right. And now it's I think it's the same thing for Rashid EX Mixer now.
Yes, yeah, I think it's 12 frame startup now.
All right, this is the last round.
Ooh, catches him low. Low forward into EX stomps. Nice DP on the jump. Good stuff.
Yeah, I like that Ramma's starting to play a little bit closer. We saw the V-trigger into the uppercut attempt in the last round that didn't work because Phil went for the dive. So Ramma picking spots where the DP travels enough to catch either one.
Oh no,
not
gets
ready.
the counter hit stand forward, drops it, but still picks it up, catches him walk forward with the stand fierce, picks up a full combo, activates his V-trigger. Ramma's got to make something happen. He is down slightly in life.
Yeah, Ramma's probably going to play for activation at some point. Wow, we didn't need the geyser there. Smoked by the V-Trigger 2 into the CA. I think that you should be dead, but this CA is garbage. Okay, you're alive.
It's
you're
garbage.
dead.
He's already calling it out.
I love
The
this.
CA is trash, except when it kills.
Matches right now as we speak. And
Okay, and it is Punk on the Ken, because that's always my question when you see Punk sit down, especially if it's not like at a major. If it's like a weekly or something, you're like, what version of Punk are you getting? Are you getting like, I'm playing a costume color Punk? Are you playing, you know, I don't even want to play Punk? Because we know, you know, he's been dabbling in a bunch of different games in the last couple of months.
yeah, he's been very busy and very active. And like this season is weird in Street Fighter because Karen's not as strong as she was before. And you can tell, like, you don't see Punk playing Karen as much, and you're seeing Punk utilize a bunch of different characters. You have a Ken right now. You have Ken right now. You had the Rose on the lobby menu. He's dabbled with a whole bunch of different characters, and it's insane how great he is with all those characters. And we're seeing it right now. Look at that. Awesome confirm. Punk takes the first round.
Yeah, my thing with Punk is, and I've talked about this a bunch of times, is I think Punk as a player has a play style that he is going to play as. And the reason that he is so effective at playing a bunch of different characters is he sees how those different characters augment the thing he wants to do. It's almost like he plays the characters like as choices within a system, sort of like how a Tekken player approaches playing Tekken. And I feel like with the size of the roster that Punk is able to play, it's like, oh, okay, I need more walk speed to still do the same kind of thing. And I think right now, even when I read the patch notes for this patch, I felt like Ken was the character that I wanted to see Punk playing. Right now, on the back foot, has to spin the V reversal because DR Mandrake is doing a great job themselves as well. Ironically, DR Mandrake in the pink looking costume against Punk, not something you often see.
One of the things you're seeing is Mandrake's still very committed to Urien. A lot of the Urien players have given up on him, but like we're seeing a lot more Urien players going back to him. Like, ooh, that's gonna be a great chip. Good call out from Punk. And that's one on the board for Punk. But
yeah, so you were talking about DR Mandrake on Urien.
Yeah, he's very committed to the character. He hasn't switched off. You know that a lot of the Urien players have felt that this season with his nerfs, he's not as strong as he was, which obviously is true. But a lot of the Urians that played him last season, well, a lot of them left him, but there's a good majority of them that have stuck with him, and they're saying like Urian's still a really strong character. I don't see the flaws. Like it's there, but it's not as bad as a lot of people say it. Like they are. So you're seeing Mandrake committed to Urien, and he's making it work. He's still in winner side.
Yeah, absolutely. But a big crush counter here from Punk. On the verge of maybe making that winner side a dream and not the reality. The next hit will do it. And yep, frame trap into the crouching strong. Mandrake went fishing for that trigger activation.
And what we're seeing right now is Punk. He is confirming all these single button confirms. Like he's look at what's going on.
There you go.
And he's on something right now because he is right now steamrolling Mandrake, and Mandrake just hasn't gotten anything started. Punk has just been in total control. He's just his neutral right now is just really hard to handle, and right now Mandrake just needs to find a way to just get in and just start disrupting that rhythm that Punk is in right now. Look at this. Ooh.
Wow. MK Tatsu just off it just in neutral works out. DR Mandrake, are you fishing for mirror activation on hit? EX chariot tackle, wanted the back throw. Okay, going for it on block. V reversal from Punk, and then just lets it rock.
Oh my gosh, Punk is on something right now. This is wow. This is that was that was insane. Last time, the last Carryout clash.
Ooh.
So it was a great performance from him. How many points was that? 40 points, Yon?
Yeah, 40 points.
You got the 40-point buff.
Oh my god, round start 99
Yeah.
seconds.
But also, Idom on the G, rocking the third string pick, bringing out the bench warmer.
Yeah, man.
Not that Idom's G is anything to sleep on, but you know, you rarely
it's definitely
see it.
you sleep on Idom G. What?
Stop!
No, you sleep on that G. What?
Okay, I fear that I've opened up a can of worms.
Y'all's talking crazy right now. But look, man, look at this. Oh, you know what's crazy? Like Idom's just when he plays G, he's having fun. He likes this character, which is it's such a joy to watch because he grabs a character. He's like, okay, yeah, this character's so fun.
Oh, I just realized the V skill V trigger loadout too. This is the one that I think Smug really loved this loadout when the patch notes dropped.
Ooh, good block from Metro. Oh. So yeah, this was the one that saves the presidential state from G, and the V trigger is the one that does the command grab, right? And or the ender at the end of the rush punch. Yeah. So like, yeah. So this is it's definitely the one that a lot of people don't use because they just love using that orb send. But this one still has its moments where you're just like, oh, that really happened. And this is what Metro wants. He wants to have this like space right here where he can just press the buttons, like keep Idom away from him, like just that neutral right there with the Vega player, like what Vega players just love doing right here.
No, you're absolutely right. I think the problem is it's not unlike what I said about CozyPhil on the Falk earlier, right? It's an atrocious matchup. You got to play really active and get a bunch of these pokes, and then you gotta hope that when Idom gets in, that he only gets so much damage on the board before he gets out. Hit him with the off the wall, wants to earn a little bit of space, but still smoked by these EX fireballs. Idom is really comfortable empowering these fireballs here.
Yeah, he got V-trigger already. Look at this. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Look, he's
Frame trap doesn't bite.
Oh, good answer.
And look at that. 24 seconds left on the clock, and Metro M on Claw has to make a big comeback.
Yeah,
That's not something you see happen.
Yeah, he had to try and do something, and it's rough. G is just, and what I'm seeing from Idom is he's doing a lot of the V skills and gaining V trigger meter.
Yeah,
that's why he got V trigger so fast. He didn't take any damage at all. He had very little damage taken, and he had already had V trigger already. So it's just Idom's just using that fireball game really well. Is he's keeping Metro out. He's not giving Metro that space that he wants to use his claw and.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I was gonna say. Is by playing that fireball game, Idom is able to basically play at a spot that is just immediately outside of what Metro wants to do. So it puts Claw in this rare position where like they're the ones trying to walk past some other tool. And Idom's fireball game is good enough that, you know, he's only doing it in these spots where they're playing footsies, right? So it's not like Metro is going to back off farther and then start to play, you know, a jump-in game like you more traditionally see against the fireball character. Metro finally walks Idom to the corner and is in the driver's seat now, getting a little bit of damage on the board. Blocks the rush low into the V-trigger.
Right now, Metro's playing it really well, but oh, it only takes one hit. Look at this. Now you're in a corner.
Oh no, he was too far away to get the follow-up off the V-trigger though. Kissed by the Rose. Going for the hungry empty low. Metro M dash in pressure, catches the back. No! Wouldn't a Barcelona have killed there?
Oh my gosh, this is so... Oh, look at that. Oh, well, now he's got V meter, so he could just V-shift if he's ever in a bad situation. Doesn't matter. Metro caught him.
Round 2.
Metro finally got around. But yeah, you were saying like Metro just he's trying to find his way inside, and he had a great he approached it greatly in the last round. We'll see if he can do that again. But Idom, he is using that fireball just to keep him away. He doesn't want Metro to get in, and this is what we're seeing right now. Metro is having success getting in right now in this game. We'll see if Idom continues doing the same thing. Wow, good confirm. Idom's just ridiculous.
Built different?
Yes,
Idom's built different. Number 2 at EVO. EVO Online Champion, CPT Champion, number 2 at EVO 2022. Very possibly the last EVO appearance for Street Fighter V.
And that run was absolutely ridiculous. Like, he went 16-2. He played the most games in that tournament.
Oh my god, so much respect for that dash in. Metro M even let Idom sit for an extra frame there, I swear to god. Okay.
Oh, good jump. Oh no, drop. He had some there.
Alright, that's gonna be big damage. Dead. Alright.
Match point.
Final round.
What's crazy is Idom. A lot of people like know that Idom, when given that opportunity, he will just get in there and just make you feel everything he does.
Oh, even ready with the anti-air for the off the wall. That's something that, like, placing anti-airs for Barcelona is something that can be difficult. And Idom just made that look easy. Neutral jump pressure. Oh.
That's the first command grab we've seen all set.
Oh, you're done. Dead. That's gonna be stunned.
He's dead.
Yo, Idom even started commiserating. Hit him with a 4 score and 7 years ago.
Oh, just quality matches. And look, I've said it a while back. I don't want to see bad gameplay, right? I want to see strong, competitive matches. I want the best of the best, and we're getting that right now.
Oh yeah.
And we're getting that now with Lil Evil and, you know, Carryout Clash champion, Ultimate Weapon. He's trying to defend his title, but he has competition, man, and you know, we can't sleep on Lil Evil. But right now, Ultimate Weapon saying, Luke who?
I am the future Street Fighter, not you.
Who is Luke? All right, who is this character that a lot of people are saying is the best in this game?
Who's this Play-Doh hair-looking guy?
Yeah, what is that on his head?
It is straight up just the thing where you like smash it down with the Play-Doh when it comes out the top. Same thing.
Distraction. But right now, Ultimate Weapon fighting his way out the corner. Sunblast.
Waiting for something here.
Ooh, that's
They
a
get this-
punish. Oh wow, this is gonna hurt. It's not gonna kill.
Yeah.
Good tech.
Trying to go for the
Activate.
feet.
Oh!
Really using that VT. Get away from me.
So he's got the command grab V trigger. Right here. Bop, bop. Look at the stun. Boom.
5,000 things of stun right there.
Oh,
No fear. No fear. We got a button for that.
yeah,
That's
that thing definitely does so much stun. It's not fair.
Right now.
Okay,
Oh, just
caught him low.
beat her into the corner. Alright.
That's gonna hurt.
Yeah. One more will do it.
Activate.
Going into the gun. The jump scares. Trying for another one.
Oh, good DP. Okay. We're throwing more projectiles. Ah! Oh, wow.
Alright, the flip.
Oh, man.
And all that made her keep that corner. Here comes a giant fist.
Oh, my goodness. Oh!
Man!
Shimmy. That was dirty.
Woo!
Yeah,
And
that was,
finishing it up with the upper too, man.
yeah, that was good stuff. Game
That
one goes to Ultimate Weapon.
That was wild.
Look, man, they were both swinging. It was definitely a fight. They were very competitive. They were both in bad situations, and they were like, hold on, I gotta get something going. And Ultimate Weapon, you know, takes the first game. Caught a Lil Evil slipping, and you know, that's what happened.
Trying to show why he got that carry-out clash victory last time. Shift.
Yes, into the corner you are again.
Chunky damage, my goodness.
Ooh.
I jumped a little bit in my chair.
It's match point.
That was loud.
Yeah.
Punch. That was like 10 times louder than any of the crush counter I've heard. Big
Wow.
one.
Caught him low.
Alright, the Sandblast's coming out. Trying to please, I don't want to be in the corner anymore against Rog, please.
Oh no. Oh, good DP. Oh, now you're in the corner.
Yeah, nah, he's taking you there anyways.
Look at that. He backed off. He had him in a good position. He just backed off.
He's just
Oh, this is
sitting
gonna-
there, menacingly.
He's just standing there menacingly. It doesn't matter.
He's just there, waiting to go ahead, do something. These fists will find their way.
It's unbelievable, like, how well he played. For how, like, he played so well, and he played so many games, and he still played well. So, like, that just shows you that, you know, Idom's, he's built different.
Yeah.
He really is, but we'll see if Naji can pull the shocker, man, because that's definitely a surprise if it happens. But right now, good jump from Punk putting Naji into the corner.
Yeah, right now. The battle of the boots right now.
Ooh.
B-skill 2. Alright, keeping the spacing. Really wants to get out of that corner. Got the
Nice.
activation. Alright, getting the side switch with the B-skill 1. Very nice. Trying to get the fireball.
Nice tag. Good activation.
The magma fist is up.
Nice.
Oh my goodness! No way! It's in his face.
Oh no! Oh no!
Ooh. Oh yeah, trying to get out of there.
Oh my gosh, Naji! Oh!
The boot has been clipped.
Ooh, that fireball! It's so low. It's down to the floor.
It just crawls.
Wow, he got all three. He presidential 3 times. He's in there. Oh, and he doesn't lose that. Oh, now he did.
Yeah.
Okay, so right now, Naji. I was gonna say he had him in the corner, but he doesn't anymore.
Yep. Had to get his punish there. Swatted out the sky. Alright. Oh, got the the wheel kick catches. Got the corner lockdown right now. Trying to find a way out of the corner. Alright, at least got activation.
Oh wow!
Very nice. Okay. But he staggers using VT1. Oh no! The satellite destroyer fist of God.
What are we doing? Why you jumping? You can't do that on me. Huh? You can't do that on me.
Oh man. Yeah, just not allowed. Got the Roman cancel anti-air and everything. Good
Oh, I mean, Idom's anti-airs in this set alone have been really good. Alright, Naji jumps out the corner. But we've seen Naji jump out the corner many times, and this is exactly what happens. Idom just fights out of it.
He tries to make a portable corner in mid-screen with the fireballs.
Good activation.
Nice. Oh my goodness!
That standing
Boot.
medium kick. Oh wow!
That's gonna hurt. Blast off.
Oh, he's dead.
Not yet.
Never mind. Okay.
Yeah. Oh man.
Okay, look, Idom, he's kind of playing ridiculous right now.
Yeah. Like, we're still seeing boss rush Idom here.
Yeah, this is definitely still Evo Grand Finals Idom right now.
Yeah, like glowing red eyes. Right now, Naji starting something here. Oh.
What? Okay.
I see your pressure, but I got 12 frames for you real quick.
Oh my goodness.
There's no fear.
No, there's definitely no fear right now in Idom. He's just like, okay, yeah, you know, like, did you see what happened to me like not too long ago?
Did you see the God mode?
Oh,
Boot. No.
oh, that's harsh. He's dead.
And that, yeah. A pickup. The combos that just go on forever. They got the stops, the rests in them. They got such a...
Idom.
My goodness.
Wow.
Oh, that was the deepest of crosscuts.
That was a great crosscut from Naji.
From the Mariana Trench. My goodness. Okay. The big buttons going out.
Oh, what a punish. Das Boot! Oh.
Nothing after that, just think the Oki.
Oh
my god!
Good activation.
Oh no!
pressing.
He has a 2-frame jab on G2?
He caught him from the way!
He just... This is what I've been saying. He just changes frame data.
In Street Fighter? Her buttons don't matter in this matchup.
Yeah, when you got the continental crossers that Dalsum has, where he can slap you from across the globe.
Yeah, and this is one of her, if not her worst matchup in this game. And, you know, it's not like Kudo's dealing with any, you know, Dawson player. He's dealing with Arturo.
Yeah. Like, one of the best Sims. Yeah, right now, it is definitely a struggle for Chun getting.
Oh no! That unfortunate. Art takes the first round.
Yeah, but like you were saying, it's definitely hard for Chun to fight with Dalsum's range. Because Dalsum could just give her, you know, the high fives, kicks all day.
Like I said, Chun has great buttons in the neutral, right? And, you know, it's hard to whip punish her. It's, you know, it's hard to deal with just her in general because her neutral is really strong. But this like, Dalsum just counters everything that Chun-Li just wants to do. Like, look at this. This is this is so rough.
Oh, the float?
No, we're juggling.
Oh.
And Dalsum, how can Dalsum juggle? How is he juggling? He got them limbs. That was sick. And man, look, like I said, this is a rough matchup for Chun-Li. And Kudo's still sticking with his character, right? He's committed to Chun-Li. But this is not a good matchup at all. This is hard for Chun players. And I know Kudo has played Art plenty of times, you know. They definitely played, I think they played each other in Combo Breaker. And Art beat Kudo. So like it's just one of the hard matchups to, like, for Chun players to deal with. It's definitely hard. But we are seeing Kudo just committed to the matchup. And right now, it's pretty close. Oh, this might kill. No.
Nope, not yet, not yet. One more will do it. Oh my god, the blink for a second. I was like, wait, did he get out? That was a balloon. He's just floating there.
He was not. He jumped twice. He jumped up. He did hit. He was like, nah, I'm going up again. Oh, wow.
Okay.
Heavy punch.
Oh, no, okay. Maybe Chun got a teleport too.
Hey, man.
Apparently in that situation.
Oh,
wow.
What?
Oh god. Oh god. I hate it. Oh, I don't like that at all.
Oh, wow. Look at this. Oh, unfortunate drop.
Yeah, trying to find all these buttons. Fireball going. Oh, the floats. Oh, that was a big combo. Yeah, those float changes. Remember, they killed Dalsum. The float changes.
Who said bad matchup? What?
What
Jeez.
bad matchup.
What bad matchup? And and one of the things that's interesting that we didn't mention, Kudo's playing V-Trigger 1.
Yeah. I wonder why. That's
Yeah.
we usually see VT2 from Kudo.
Yeah, I mean, I think V-Trigger 2 is the go-to V-Trigger for Chun players, right? But he's playing V-Trigger 1 in this matchup, and it's probably because Dawson's in the air most of the time. So, like, if Kudo is in V-Trigger mode and he hits, you know, Art in the air, he gets juggled properly. So
yeah, because VT1 gives you those nutty juggles, like off of pretty much anything to get the multi hits. And since it's Dalsum, extra float power. So yeah.
activate. No, he didn't give him the chance to. But there we go.
Oh, the check.
The dash tag. Match point. Match point for Art.
Yeah, coming back with the fire.
Oh. Oh no!
Yeah, I hate this character.
Oh, you
man.
think I'm going this way? Nope.
Oh, why he got air shimmies?
You thought. Oh wow, he still caught him!
Ooh, okay. Activation. Really going for
good
these flips.
disrupt. Good
Son.
disrupt.
Now the eternal fireball. It doesn't go away.
Nope, it has to hit you before it goes away. Oh my gosh, look at this. Oh,
And
oh, now it's time to burn. Wow. Oh, wow.
Oh.
Wake up, Mailyn.
oh, the high five! Oh man!
We throwing the anvil up. You're getting hit. You can't jump on me. No.
Is the Karen? We're in top 8. We get Shin Punk. Okay.
All right, going right into the Korean. No funny business.
Round one.
Starting out with those big confirms.
Strong start, but I like that Ultimate Weapon isn't just passively surrendering ground. We see that he's, you know, as they walk forward, they're claiming a lot of space, and you can see the amount of respect that the threat of Rush Punch generates and how good a job Ultimate Weapon does of claiming that space behind it.
Yeah, Ultimate Weapon does a great job controlling space and recognizing what spaces to take against certain buttons when you see that. Right now, we're getting some big pressure coming in here.
Full-on commitment to the target combo. You shouldn't be doing that. That last hit gave CA, but Punk, I may not have even come at a time that we were able to do something. What a neutral jump from Ultimate Weapon, but waits. Oh, wow, that was a delayed. Did that hit reversal timing? It did. It looked like there was a delay there. I felt like Ultimate Weapon waited a couple of frames before they did something.
Had to have that Beyblade mentality. You got 1 meter, you gotta let it rip. That's how it is.
Hits with the crush counter and Ultimate Weapon. Oh, wow. Neutral jump utilization coming out of Punk this time. And I love that. You can see like Ultimate Weapon walks all the way back to Rush Punch range. And then as they walk forward, they're changing what normal they choose to stop at. And it, you know, that's how we got that counter hit jab set up a second ago. Is, you know, Punk expects him to walk further down. Nah, the jab's already out.
Now the fist is inevitable, as I've said.
All right, but it is trigger too, so we're not gonna get a big confirm. That was so hungry. So
Yeah.
oh, into the CA. Is the Karen privilege gonna show?
Dead. Yeah. It just does not it is
So here's the thing about my disapproval for going for the V-trigger command grab in that spot, right? A throw would kill. And throws and command grabs both are going to beat the same thing, which is your opponent blocking. If you command grab and you're wrong, you lose. If you throw and you're wrong, they either tech the throw or you can option select behind it. So it was the riskiest way to blow up Punk for waiting. And we didn't need to go that level of high commitment.
especially against a Korean with full bar.
Of course.
That is a risk to take.
And that's exactly what I mean, is like, wow, you really handed him the whole kit and caboodle. Oh my god, the low forward finding the stun. Punk gonna be very nearly closing out this round. We don't have enough resources to finish it out, but does find the anti-air into the side swap for the perfect on round 1 of game 2.
Yeah, I mean, Punk looking very comfortable right now. Once Punk's got Ultimate Weapon in the corner, just ran the Korean game all the way there. Big pokes. Slowly pushing to the corner here. I got it again. The back throw for the stun.
Yeah, we're not gonna build enough meter, so Punk just elects to cash out. Throw will kill.
no.
Oh my god.
Wow.
That's disrespectful.
Yo, clip that.
My goodness.
Fucking
The best. Oh my god, the next into the command grab. That's for the stun.
Yeah.
If we go for, he's gonna go for a command grab reset.
Oh, you could get
Oh, maybe not.
Not yet. Oh man. Got anything.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god! The high five.
Yo, clip that too. Oh my
No
god.
way.
Oh, wrong way.
Yo, that whole sequence from Punk's Mega Shimmy. The best part of Punk's Mega Shimmy is you can see the moment where the throw whiffs from Ultimate Weapon, and you can see the moment where Punk goes, I could win, or I could style on this man. and proceeds to style and almost lose the round.
Yeah, just raised an eyebrow real quick. I could do this real quick. See if I can get away with that. Very close, but the EX tank will close it out with the anti-air. But man. Ultimate Weapon's gonna need to change something up here because Punk's been running, the classic Punk game. If once you get Punk confident at the point where it's like, I can do a little goof. I can pull a little goof.
Ooh. The deep anti-air comes out of Ultimate Weapon, but Punk and Karen has so much corner carry. It doesn't matter how much Ultimate Weapon does to push out. If Punk gets a hit from anywhere but the opposite corner, you're getting cornered. Next hit should do it. Back throw. Oh no, just barely not.
Oh, went for the cross-up one. Oh.
Yeah. But like, why not, right?
Just dash punch.
Oh, that was actually a really good whiff punish from Ultimate Weapon though. But no, just shy of the overhead connecting. And Punk wake up buttons.
That hurt. That was just like a millimeter away from hitting with the overhead. That's unfortunate.
All right, this is set point for Punk, looking to make it up into the winners finals of Carryout Clash 2. Big chunk of points on the line.
Yeah, and a big pot too. Already, we're already at $103 in the match arena.
Right.
Ooh, that's what I like to see.
Very
I
nice.
like to see Ultimate Weapon playing a little bit more actively. I wish we had seen a whiff punish on the roundhouse there from Punk, but Ultimate Weapon still has this advantageous corner position.
Just a little bit of health left, but we got... Oh, never mind,
Nice.
bro. I'm about to say something. Hey, got the throw.
Final round. Fight.
But yeah, right now, do not let Punk start running that Punk game. That is the objective right now. Last
Yeah,
round, Ultimate Weapon
absolutely.
did a great job of doing that.
What I like is Ultimate Weapon is going back to the ground game that works, but you can also see Ultimate Weapon is trying to cheat extra turns out of it rather than just trying to go for knockdowns and reset back to neutral. Because you don't want to force yourself to play neutral against Punk forever. Punk's neutral is immaculate.
Yeah.
So, even if you're winning for now, if Punk is structuring the offense better, you're going to have a harder time. This is looking like a really great round. Trigger activation already happened for Punk. Shimmy, wow, what a clean round from Ultimate Weapon.
Yeah, that was two pretty clean rounds in a row there. Ultimate Weapon may have found their tempo here against the Korean. Is like you were saying before, Punk was controlling that neutral super well, and once you give Korean that pacing, especially Punk's Korean, you give that spacing and their neutral, it's gonna be really hard to deal with. So Ultimate Weapon right now finding that way to break through is vital, and they're finding that way. They got to keep this together if they're gonna take the set.
Yeah. And again, I like that, Ultimate Weapon is trying to vary up what tools they're using on the ground between stand roundhouse, between low forward. It's not like there's one thing. The problem now is, okay, nice crouch jab start. Goes for the back throw, a little bit obvious, so that's why Punk techs there.
All right, going for the shoes.
Oh, great whiff punish.
Trying to catch some impatience here. The counter hit confirm.
Right, just going right for the knockdown. We see very little in the way of mix-ups off of the V-skill spin coming out of Ultimate Weapon. Any poke will do it for Punk, just goes for the tick throw, and we are back on set point.
Yep.
Round two.
Gonna need to switch it up a little bit here because the 2 rounds before that one, Ultimate Weapon was super in control, and we can see Punk's adaptation right now is just on point to what Ultimate Weapon's game plan is.
I love that dash low as Punk was landing. We're seeing Ultimate Weapon getting more and more comfortable.
Okay. Big
Uh-oh.
CC. Okay. We got one throw.
Yeah, Punk is going to play for buttons now because throw isn't going to stun. So look at all these frame traps. I love that Ultimate Weapon finally finds the chance to poke out. Trigger activation off the EX low. Finds the back throw this time. Maybe Punk was... I don't know what Punk would have been worrying for there. I can't call it.
Done.
Aaron privilege?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. It never doesn't kill. It's It's just a gun.
I mean, the float is gonna, you know, smoke the fireball just by way of it, including verticality. Oh wow, using V skill too, actually.
Yeah.
No float.
Oh wait, no float. Oh, hold up.
Yeah.
Interesting. I guess I could see the V skill 2 versus Fireball heavy, because it does do the bounce. I think it might be able to clash with the presidential Fireball as well.
Yeah, I mean, my thinking, and maybe Art just knows more about the matchup than I do, but I would think that by floating, you can just kind of ignore the Fireball a little bit.
Yeah, maybe. Oh, we'll see. We'll see this train of thought very soon.
Okay. Right, he gets that V-skill charge there, does Art, but still having to respect all of this pressure coming out of Idom.
Oh, the boot's going flying right now.
Nice
Beautiful.
check on the dive kick, not spaced properly, but the TK teleport gets Art out of the command grab attempt and closes out the round anyway.
Yeah, I mean, for most of that round, is keeping back with those buttons, those big sim buttons. They're not putting up with the big air buttons right now, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, there's something to be said that G is so tall and he has so many anti-airs that reach so far up that it makes it that much harder for Sim to just kind of float at the top of the screen.
Oh, the trades, button wars right now. Beautiful confirm. Into the corner.
Right. Gets a presidential level, finds the regular throw. Ooh. Oh, the command grab connects this time. You're going to get stunned. Oh, that should be the round. Oh, yeah. Even without spinning the bar.
Yeah. VT2 damage goes kind of crazy. The Magma Fist does not joke around.
Oh, the stand jab check.
What teleport? I see no teleport. Only a jab. Put those big boots pressed back. Pressure.
Oh my god. That was so interesting. It looked like Art, I need to watch on the playback, yeah, was so exactly out of range that Art slide just whiffed underneath the fireball and then Art ate it.
Big cancel. I got that V skill too. The V shift away.
I love that. And there's that V skill enhanced fireball as now Idom turns on the juice, starts to play a zoning game. This is such a healthy life lead. Art has no resources available. And the reason Idom is making that shift to the fireball game is because Art needs to back off and get the V skill store, so Idom isn't letting him.
Really can't afford to take one of those fireballs either. Idom's, got the V reversal. It's a lot. Right here.
Oh, almost. Wow. Idom was really fishing there with the skyhook. 20 seconds left on the clock. Art is, if Art shoots this V-skill fireball, he might actually get enough. Wow.
Wow.
I was going to say, if that fireball landed, Art was going to get another flame carpet. Art came very, very close to making that round happen.
Yes.
But it's just Idom was off to such an early lead, and then by the time Art was out of resources, Idom had exactly what he needed in order to keep Art from being able to swing that back around.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely has the power to switch this around. Just barely misses punish there. That's one level. Getting a V-skill 2 for his pleasure.
Okay, dive kick goes underneath the towards jump coming up from Idom. Oh, a little bit late on the anti-air attempt, and you can see Idom getting a little bit antsy now, going to the air. Gets away with the dash, unchecked. Art, check your frame rate. V reversal comes out. Pressing the issue. Art still with the life lead, but you're in this back corner here, and Idom is loaded with this V-trigger. There's so much damage available for Idom as soon as he finds a hit.
So the jump is. Alright, we got the carpet out. Oh, he's desperate for
God!
these. He just keeps going. It does not stop.
Idom just churned across the entire screen until he landed that anti-air. That is the most face rolly thing I have ever seen Idom do.
He just kept going. Hey, the Energizer kicked in right there. He didn't stop. It hasn't hit yet. It will. It'll hit. It's coming. Oh, the V shift.
All right.
Arturo's having quite the round right now.
He is, but the thing is, oh, what a chase on the V-shift! Idom's gonna get some presidentiality. There's the trigger activation.
Oh.
Nice TK teleport from Art, but he's not ready. I didn't even know that had armor.
He's just doing things.
I didn't even know that had armor.
Yeah, it's an armored command grab. It's really funny when it hits. Yeah.
I think it did.
EX does.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
All right.
Strong.
We've still got that V skill stored here. Does Idom going for the V shift back? I think he was concerned about the flame carpet. Problem is now you have to deal with the carpet in the corner. This Gray Life adding up all of these errant pokes. Look at the amount of damage that Art just cashed out on Sim. Slides into the corner, but we'll take those.
Oh, that is big.
That's
Oh, the TKs.
ready for the sniper.
Again, he doesn't
My
stop.
man had to spend money to make money. He went for the dash low just for
Oh
screen
my
coverage.
God.
Finds the command grab. Extra damage from the V trigger. One more touch will do it. V shift into V break.
The V shift in the corner, big risk. That shot.
Ooh.
Oh, the 5,000 hertz reaction there. My goodness.
Yeah, that slide there was such a great call from Art, giving him the spot for that anti-air to close out the game 1-1. Idom playing kind of nutty.
He's playing a rhythm game. He's playing Guitar Hero on the stick right now. Every time you get 3 meter, we're spending all that for just one hit. If one hits,
Yeah, when he has
do it again.
when he has V trigger and Art's full screen, he just puts on he tries to full combo through the fire and the flames. On in the low, there's some presidentiality.
Now he
Got
just
the
went
trigger
through the
sword.
fire and the flame.
Cashing out. Are we gonna play for trigger after this? No, not on hit. Oh, we're gonna go for it here. A little bit more damage.
Oh my god!
Oh
he's
my
just
God.
Flipping. This is the flip kick. Why
So,
not?
The first couple of frames of that definitely looked like the startup of a command grab. I also got hit. So don't worry, Art. You're in company.
Oh,
Doesn't
big-
care.
He does not care.
Idom has one direction, and it is forward. Like, yo, I didn't win Evo. I need to get to CPT somehow.
Like, I gotta spend all this meter. One will hit. That's the name of the game right now. One will hit.
Right?
Got the corner.
Yo, these low checks are great. Wow, that slide hit so deep.
Yeah. No room for error. Oh no!
No.
Overhead.
So that's one thing that's sort of a shame about this matchup for Art, right? Is if the sniper gets blocked, G is so well equipped to chase you down on the jump back and actually get something out of it.
Yeah, like against G, you may as well be frozen in midair as Dalsum. Because he's got the big normals. He's gonna get those big juggles. Got the big pressure coming in. Dalsum.
Right? Idom slowly taking his turn. Yo, every time Idom goes to the air, Art is ready to slide underneath and go for the screen reposition.
Oh, the slide, the bounce back, just for those extra frames. There's 12 frames right there. 12 long.
Flipped with the low. Counter hit starter. Just
And
going for frame
another-
traps. No!
Yep. That is stunned. There you have it. A big G sequence at the end. For those who have not seen a G sequence, that was quite one. That's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason that this character had the amount of fear to him that he did. You know, obviously he's not as strong as he once was because they nerfed the presidentiality and they nerfed the V triggers, but he's never really lost that, you know, huge damage potential off of just a couple of guesses. It's just like it's gated behind. Yeah, V trigger 1 is V trigger 1's 3 bars now, right? That's what they did.
I believe so.
Yeah, but
Not
so
true.
I mean, you can see Idom is using V trigger 2, so kind of nullifies that. Nullifying my point is Art trying to close this one out with a perfect.
Oh, we have the careless item. He does not care. Health, don't need it. He's still scary without that health.
You know, he's donating all of it to the cause.
Hey, donated a bit too much.
It's fine. He's fighting a war on 2 fronts. As a president,
And 2
sometimes
sides.
you need to make sacrifices. He will lose every hit point if it gets him to set.
Yeah, for 2 fronts, 2 sides because of these teleports.
Backing off. I wonder, is Idom trying to earn the space for a fireball? Okay.
Maybe. They're definitely keeping some space, trying to get some presidentiality in here. And now we got the big fireballs. Got more V skill 2. Just waiting there. You done?
Yes. So, I'm assuming now that the reason Art doesn't use float in this matchup is because it just makes your V skill make you linger in the spot to do what Idom is already doing, which is just fishing with these anti-airs into meaningful damage. Clips with the low, actually trades with the dash low.
Oh man. The big kicks. Switch behind.
Ooh.
Wheel kick.
Yeah, so if it had landed in front, I think it would have punished. But the teleport went behind, so instead it ends up being a positional reset. 25 seconds left on the clock. Idom doesn't need to do anything.
He's just sitting there.
Yeah, I
boom.
like that. Idom
Reserve?
has Art has seemed to have some difficulty spacing the dive kick as well. There's been a fair few that have missed or hit so high that he's not getting a whole lot off of it. So Idom, you know, making these micro adjustments to his positioning on the screen so that he can blow up the dive kicks that Art is misspacing.
Doing a great job of fighting this air. Dolls him attempt being in the air. Nah, I'm just saying no to that. He's just waiting with his hand, rubbing his hands beneath, going like, when am I gonna hit? When am I getting this hit?
He's hungry. He's just waiting for it to... It's like the T-Rex in Jurassic Park. It's like, I see the goat up there. I just gotta wait for it to drop and I can eat it. Ooh, clips after the V-shift.
Nice.
That's gonna push all the way to the corner. Watch for slide activation. You know, that's what Art has to do. Yep, so just keeps down blocking right into the V reversal.
All the way back. Slide fireballs.
Look at all of that. Gray life and it's gone. Just like that, it's gone.
Thanos snapped it away. Oh, big.
Idom can still make this happen. Has to play for activation. V-shift into V-break.
The bunny hops. Got the CSGO bunny hops.
My god.
Oh no. Be hopping like a maniac over here.
Dolphin wins.
Right? Strafe jumping. Art out here trying to do a speed run, just trying to do it. At what point? At a certain point, he's going to grab a barrel and use it to launch off of Idom right into the winner's finals.
There's a fine line that round was between Street Fighter and Quake.
Round 1.
And it was dancing very close to that line.
Oh my god, the Quake reference.
Wow.
So.
They were playing Unreal Fighter.
I mean, this is an Unreal
Absolutely.
Tournament right now. That's how this is going. Oh, big. The launch. Gave me those skills.
Yo, I see Cowman 715 with the raid. Thanks for showing some love. Art sitting dominant right now. But again, I mean, it's the thing. It's Idom and it's G. At no point is this like a done deal. But Art is on set point to move on to winners finals.
Think Art heard Idom's stomach grumbling a little bit. He's hungry for those lows. He wants those low fists real bad. Give him.
Okay. Art with a double dash of his own. Slide under, dive kick, spaces that one well. Oh, that was a smart crouch jab. Idom's having a hard time starting anything. Jesus, look at all these counter hits. Idom's hitting so many buttons, none of them landing.
We got the V trigger up. Oh, not letting him get that for free.
All right. Going for some presidentiality. Ooh, because he had it stored, he didn't bother to care about the fireball that time. I wonder if Idom has perhaps been giving too much respect to the V-trigger empowered fireball. That's going to be stun. Are we going to play for a reset, or are we going to just cash it?
Oh my god,
play for a reset?
What was that?
I was thinking like, okay, scaling is gonna be real, and then he goes and resets it.
Yeah, Idom will do that. That's the Laurel player in you. Yon, you should know. Sometimes you don't like the way that you got the stun, and you're like, all right, cool. I'll still reset him.
Yeah.
Sat there like, watch this real quick, guys. Grab. And right now, Arturo, dominant Dalsum corner right now. Just a little bit away from stun, and there it is.
I don't think he's going to have the damage to kill, though. But why is Idom going to choose to wake up with the other sniper? Art brought out some different type of ordnance. Was like, all right, you didn't know about the second shooter.
Yeah.
I met him at a regional invitational event, like just before, like a couple of months before COVID really hit. And then I feel like I just never see him anywhere. So I'm glad to see him not only in this bracket, but making it deep. On the strength of the Cody, who a lot of people are holding in very high esteem for this patch. But Deadeye Artist on the jury, no slouch this patch either.
Yeah, I mean, these are two characters that got some juice this patch. They have been seeing a lot more representation. And there's a very good reason for that.
Ooh, shimmy working. Flipped by the low forward.
Oh, the big kicks from downtown. He's got VT2 up.
Yeah, it seems like still wants to use the pipe. I know Cody is one of those characters right now where, you know, VT1 and VT2 are both definitely viable. If you want to play like a more stable game and just empower your ground game, you go for the knife. If you want that big swing potential and that extra mix behind the command grab with the pipe, you go for VT2. They're both viable. The only thing that we know for sure is you use V-Skill 2 whenever you can.
Yeah. The V-Skill 2 is extremely strong.
Plus frames. Didn't respect the plus frames. Went for the shimmy. Low forward. Wow, Hoji actually allowed for a lot of respect for Deadeye Artist to get the V-Trigger activation there.
And the classic jab to end it. I mean,
Cody wins.
yeah. Running the Cody train right now. Showing off those buffs.
Yeah, I think he took a lot of offense to us calling out the Ryu. So he went with the Cody pick, and he's looking very strong. It didn't look like Callisto was ready for it, but let's see if he can adjust. This is a 3 out of 5.
I was ready to bust out another terrible joke.
Me? Another joke?
No, me. I'm breaking out of jail on my Cody train.
Oh my god. That's so bad. I'm normally so here for a bad joke, but that's like spectacularly bad.
Like a dad joke bad?
No, dad jokes are redeeming. That was just I am broken. Let's get back to the match. Koji finds the crush counter for the next round on the board. You actually just ended me, Hizzle.
I am laughing here. I thought it was hilarious.
Hizzle actually, so a lot of y'all just got here. Hizzle opened up the stream with the mix-up. So we've been getting smoked all night. That artist trying to stop getting smoked. on this run that Hoji's on. This is a really strong position. What a call out on the throw tech coming out from Hoji. That is going to be around on the board here for Deadeye Artists.
Very nice. Got that corner game going. Great call out with the EX flip kick. Really changing it up here. Now it's looking real dominant. Got the corner.
Okay. Crouch jab check into bingo. Empty jump, so Deadeye Artist gets away with waking up with some buttons. Surrendering so much space, just walking way back. Wow. Deadeye Artist really just walked the entire length of the training stage and did not press a single button.
Walked a marathon just to throw themselves in the corner and get out.
Yo, they would walk 500 miles and they would walk 500 more. They're about to, walking back to the other corner as well. Finally starting to maybe take some space. Nope, I lied.
No fear of the corner. I respect it. Oh, the big pipe.
The standing reset just after the dash forward from Hoji. Next hit will do it. Finds it with the crouch jab. Deadeye Artist is waking up with buttons a fair bit so far in this set, and Hoji has been capitalizing on it every single time.
Yeah, he's been completely on point with just all these buttons at just the right time. And it is very scary, like we said. Cody this season looking like an absolute menace. Hoji's showing that.
Fight.
2 on the board already. Right now we got the corner, 2 combos, 1 stun. There it is.
Oh my god. That was a great sequence from Deadeye Artist. Even finds the side switch on the stun confirm. Next hit will do it. Went for the shimmy, no bite. Standing medium kick from Hoji. Blocks the reversal, blocks the second reversal.
Are we doing that here? We doing that already?
We really might.
He did it again!
Oh,
I knew it. There is one. There's 2. There's gonna be 3.
I definitely was blocking for another DP if I was Hoji. So I'm a little bit disappointed that he didn't, but come on, nobody wants to bet on 3s.
Bust and out.
Still hitting so many buttons.
Yeah. Why block? That doesn't do damage.
Low tier. V-reversal through the activation. Finds EX Zonk. I don't think Hoji has had an EX Zonk be blocked once.
Nah, I think he's gotten all of them. Catches the V-reversal. There we go. Signs of life. Got 1 game on the board convincingly, too. But a great job of adapting here.
Yeah, and it's like, a part of it is, I mean, Hoji must have just lost the ground game much earlier in that round, because I don't feel like Deadeye Artist just didn't really have to play defense. I mean, except for that spot in the round just before it where, I mean, come on, you had all the makings of a clip-worthy comeback. All you had to do was read another DP. I see the jury pinwheels in the chat.
Yeah. Accurate. Get those pinwheels. There's a lot of them this time.
I know that there's some people in here for the Street Fighter 6 news that we got there, but hey, we're still enjoying some Street Fighter 5. Hoji with the throw in the corner, Deadeye Artist on the back foot. No V-reversal after Zonk, just respects the plus frames.
Very nice. A punish and a grab.
Alright. All of this chip damage and Gray Life adding up. That throw ended up doing so much damage. This is basically 1 touch for Deadeye. Backdash. EX Zonk. Wow, that was an empowered EX Zonk too. It was level 2. Alright, RPS for game. The DP
Yeah,
again.
there it is. Get those pinwheels in the chat. Man, there's a lot of them, like I said. It's inevitable. It's unblockable even.
Alright, crush counter. Oh, a little bit too far away to get the tornado follow-up after to connect. Nice counter hit confirm off of the regular Zonk. Ooh.
Okay. Big combo. Little bit of ET1 left. Using non-fireball. Oh, the Cody jab.
Yep, final fight combo. Just raw V-trigger activation.
Okay.
Starting to press the issue. I wonder if Hoji has those. You could like standing medium kick confirm into CA for kill at like any range. It's probably not the thing you need to do. Oh, you should have done something though.
Dead.
Wow. Yo, we bringing it back?
2-2.
Is looking like it. Hoji is spending so much of the set blocking. Like Deadeye Artist is getting in the driver's seat and just absolutely mauling Hoji. It's such a departure from the first two games where it felt like Deadeye Artist was spending the entire round just walking back from corner to corner.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. There's definitely a good pace change here on Deadeye's part. Right. Oh, from downtown. Must have been a misinput. And then we just got the big pokes. Crush counter. Oh wow,
it actually connected.
Beautiful.
I don't think that was a counter hit on Wake Up either. Deadeye Artist was just straight up not blocking. Right?
Yeah, there it is.
Oh my god, he hit him with the
back.
Oh, the throw. The throwgy. My goodness.
Round 2.
All right. Set point for Deadeye Artist looking down the barrel of a reverse 3-0. Hoji's going to have to channel that red storm he talks about so much.
Air TC. The Zong. Okay. Making a lot of momentum in mid-screen right now. The anti-air.
Oh, wow. That was so tricky, but Deadeye Artist just holding the up back. It didn't matter. Was so ready for there to be a command grab. Oh, the crime sway, but that stuff was way too active.
Yeah, there's too many of them.
Hoji really just wants to get out of dodge. Even still falling on the fireball. I respect the attempt.
Oh, the back throw. There's one pixel left.
Oh, no way. That is not the first time I've seen that from Hoji.
Beautiful sway.
Yo.
Oh, man.
Yo, we gotta clip that. That is not the first time I've seen that from Hoji.
That was sick. That was exactly what Hoji needed to get that round. Now we're last round, last game here. Big crush counter with the slide.
All right. Okay. Crosscut pinwheel anti-air. Deadeye Artist still looking pretty. Has full CA. Do we have the anti-air stocked behind that? Yes, we do. Gets the juggle off of the Crouching Fierce when the pipe is out. You were plus and you let Deadeye Artist hit a button?
It's crazy. Alright, we got throw. One more thing will do it. And there it is. The 3-up. First. Looks like we got another jury. We got Naji coming in against Kudo.
Yeah, so I feel like immediately, right? Chun-Li is going to have a much easier time contending with standing medium kick and low forward coming out of jury. So I expect that Kudo is probably going to have an easier job navigating the ground game. The thing is, how is that going to translate over to when one of them gets momentum?
Definitely. And Jury definitely has a lot of momentum this season, a lot of changes that gave her, a lot more abilities to keep that offense going. And yeah, big buttons as well. This could definitely go either way. These are both two
also the fireball to represent as well. But Naji with the early life lead. Oh, okay. But you cannot be whiffing buttons in front of Kudo, particularly when they have V-trigger on deck. Has to spin the V reversal. Naji is going to be hard pressed to find. Oh, the crosscut pinwheel.
Wow. The deep crosscut. I think there have been so many pinwheels this entire tournament. They've been going crazy with them. At the craziest times, too.
It's the strength of Jury.
It's the Street Fighter 6 trailer buff.
It is. She got it. The Street Fighter 6 trailer was so good that she got the buff retroactively.
Exactly.
There's some closed loop time travel.
Went through the Stargate for this one.
Oh, that's a deep cut.
Right now, spacing. Oh, the trade. Big counter hit.
All right. But Kudo's fully loaded. Oh, wow, the chase down. Naji's just playing so aggressively. That was sweep.
Wow. Yeah, sweep is very strong in VT1 because you can cancel it out of the fireball. But like that, man, that was oppressive.
Yo, Naji got that dog in him. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, that's the best way to put it. It's got that dog in it. The chase down with the double dash, the Mario Kart double dash, all the way to the corner.
Absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
And I had just gotten through saying, I'm like, yeah, you know, maybe Kudo will be able to play the ground game. And it was like, all right, well, only if Naji lets him. The intensity has been crazy, but we're not going to be able to kill here, but Kudo gets the knockdown off of the stun. Activation from Naji, though.
Okay. Oh, wow. What a cover. One more hit will do it. There it is. Take out the shoes. The rare time Jury wears shoes.
Round 2.
That's why that must be why I like this outfit of hers the best.
Yeah. And they should do more shoe outfits. This one looks pretty sick.
Right? Oh my god, that is not a favorable trade for Kudo. This is happening a lot. You can see that Naji is going for a sweep in a lot of the ranges where Kudo wants to poke with Stand Fierce, and the trade is just miserable for Kudo because it lets Naji reposition. Throwing out some low pokes.
Awesome diversion there.
What a frame trap, too.
One in the back throw to kill.
All right, rapid fire. Lining them up, knocking them down. One game apiece.
Back to back. 1-1. Keeping it close. Yeah, like we were saying, this could go either way, and we're seeing it go both ways right now.
Round 1.
Yeah. I do see even the predictions, even the channel point predictions are pretty close.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, going for
Nice.
a white DB? Alright. Respect.
You can see Kudo looks like they're playing a little bit more confidently at like just in that Stand Fierce range. Activation coming out from Naji. That's a really quick V-trigger and so ready to capitalize off of that low forward.
Yep. Get more of that. Beautiful counter hit. Maximum range conversion there.
Oh, yeah, you would have been safe after the EX legs, but EX pinwheel, Naji does not want to surrender the turn. That's activation. I'm so okay with this as Kudo just because it lets the stun go away. You've got the life lead, you earned the turn.
Right now. Oh, ooh, what a great precedent time. That's gonna not do it though. Is the VT2 Chun has an explosion. Just to end that round.
Alright. Advantage Kudo. Nice standing roundhouse. Works as a crush counter. Oh, the delay back throw from Naji saves them.
Oh, really tried to go for that flip kick. Wow. Nice confirm there.
Kudo is so willing to just let EX legs rock in a couple of his contexts. And I love the delay jabs that keep coming out from Kudo as well to catch Naji trying to, you know, delay tech or delay hit buttons. That's going to close out the round in another brilliant frame trap situation. Catches Naji reaching. 2 games up for Kudo, 2-1.
Kudo's spacing at that last round was ridiculous. Like, just out, like a hair's way out of the range of that standing heavy punch, not letting it go through. This is my corner.
Yeah, I mean, Kudo's hella nice. Kudo is really, really good, and I love watching them play.
Anyone who's been seeing Kudo at the majors knows Kudo crazy. He's a crazy player. You're seeing it here too. Oh man, the literal footsies. With the heavy kicks.
Just roundhouses abound.
Oh man.
Still, even
More-
still.
Oh.
Oh, okay. Buffers the EX pinwheel through the V trigger to deal with the Hozanshu. Kudo does have trigger to try to activate at a certain point. Smoked by the sweep into Fireball again.
That was sick.
Oh!
That was sick. The dash up, keep that Fireball as pressured, go behind. You're already
Ooh.
dead.
You never see that.
Yeah. Awesome awareness with the Fireball. That was sick. Beautiful.
All right, a jump in lands for Naji. Goes for the back throw to steal corner position. Obvious again. Same spot again. Kudo will let the EX legs rock.
Oh, big counter hit. Got VS1 charged. Kudo's got the corner. What? What? All right. Okay. Wow. Okay.
Kudo is that nice. Set point for Kudo. After how disgusting that first game from Naji was, how oppressive that was. But Naji's still fully loaded, but you need to get past the wall of stand roundhouse and stand fierce. Oh no, overcommits to the SBK.
Oh, the big sweeps.
Oh my god, backing so far off.
Okay. Wow. Great off of the standing heavy punch. Oh, from downtown going for that activation.
Naji's playing so active on the ground. So many dashes. Trigger is gone, and Kudo has weathered the storm. The EX legs whiff. Oh my god, Naji is sitting on the life lead and actually just refusing to play with Kudo, so Kudo can't get trigger activation.
Yeah. Oh, not dealing with anything except that. Now I'm gonna have to deal with these. There it is. There it is.
These EX pinwheels. They can't
This-
keep getting away with it. Why are
dream.
we letting these jury players get away with it?
This tournament is sponsored by EX Pinwheel, apparently. Because of how many times it's happened. It's unblockable in this tournament series, apparently. Like, it's just... It happens. It just drops. EXDP's out. Oh well. No blocks against it.
It is the story of tonight.
Anyone who's wanted to see Jury EXDP work like 100% of the time, you're in the right place.
Right? Okay. Now Naji has V-Trigger activation on deck, so you can see Kudo starting to play for that standing roundhouse, standing fierce range once again. But I'm surprised they're not playing more actively, because they keep giving Naji these opportunities to start swinging and open up their V-Trigger offense.
Okay. EX legs out there. Alright, VT is done.
Okay. And Kudo still has the life lead, finds that heavy kick legs for the knockdown. This is looking like a good round for Kudo. You just kind of need to knock. Oh, yep, there we go. Finding the back throw. Naji does carry virtually a full CA into the next round. So you got to be worried if you whiff this standing roundhouse again, because if Naji's ready with the whiff punish, you're going to get smoked for a fair bit of damage. No, just cashing out the one bar for combo and a better knockdown situation.
Oh, where the big button's coming out. Okay. Not putting up with a light DP. Big crush counter combo. It's going to the corner almost.
The delayed jab again. It catches the backdash. V reversal. We don't want to deal with the pressure after. That's going to be the stun. I don't think we're going to build enough bar to kill here.
Yeah.
No, but it's a one-touch game for Kudo, and the frame trap works. The consistent story of the juries in this top 8 right now, they are swinging. It is going to be the G.
There it is. The G trigger too and G skill too. Rolling with it. Love to see it.
See the pinwheels in the chat again too. I see the Deadeye Artist fans, the jury fans.
Okay. Slow
How is this matchup going to end up working out? Idom capitalizes on that errant stand jab poke. Okay.
Very nice. Okay. Good conversion mid-screen.
Oh, backing way off. Idom really doesn't want to deal with the pressure after the fireball, which makes sense. We've still got the trigger on deck. You don't want to deal with the chain cancels. Trigger is now gone. And Idom's going to be looking to activate. There it is.
Okay.
And there's that V-skill enhancement.
Oh, from downtown?
Yep, not close enough to the corner, so we don't get a whole lot of extra damage for it, but the press... Oh, thought he was going to be closer after the fireball hit.
Yeah, that's going to be a
Alright.
costly
Goodbye.
standing heavy kick punish.
Oh, no!
Doesn't
I thought we were going to be able to sneak in the V-Trigger 2 active, but
Yeah.
not for that combo route. Doesn't matter, we still close out the round.
Just throwing that crouching jab.
It's a good party starter for him, and it's... I mean, G is a big character. It hits at a pretty decent range for him. So you can see that Deadeye is backing off quite far. It's actually intriguing how little it feels like Deadeye can lean on the standing medium kick and crouching medium kick, because Idom's doing such a good job of playing in the pocket of it. So Deadeye Artist is backing off outside of it and trying to rely more on like stand fierce, stand roundhouse, and fireballs.
And Idom doing a great job this keep away right now. With the fireballs, the patience, waiting for the best time to strike.
Yeah, I think that's always been the thing about Idom's G, is Idom's G is very willing to play sort of lamer and just sit outside of your range and try to smoke you with fireballs. Manages to bait the uppercut. I want you. Hit him with the super, closing out the round. First game on the board. That reference might not land for people. Who here has seen across the universe the Beatles jukebox musical?
It's been forever. I have not seen it in a very long time.
Yeah, I'm definitely not familiar.
All right.
What?
Swing and a miss. There we go. First game on the board for Idom.
Yo, hit those exclamation point Brads in the chat if you can.
Oh, do you have that in here? Is this an official thing? God damn, it's an official thing.
That's tough.
Alright, Idom respecting the frame traps. Ooh, whiff punishes with the EX fireball. Ooh.
This stuffs it? Now it's the corner. Yeah, one confirmed. There it is.
Round 2.
Yeah, Idom just looking very, very confident right now. This is my game right now. Got the charge.
Yeah, I mean, it's rare that Idom doesn't look confident.
Just got the space. Yep. Standing heavy kick. It's costly against G when he's got the big four framers.
And then he's standing in those spots. He has those anti-airs on deck. Smoked with the overhead, counter hit after.
Very nice.
When is Deadeye gonna play for the activation? Smoked by the EX low again!
Oh, the damage. Gotta watch out for a stray G button. There it is.
There it is.
There's the stray G button. Because it goes right into that V trigger too. Big damage.
All right. 2 games up. Idom looking real confident, trying to make it into this top 4.
But we have seen Deadeye down 2 games before. So it's definitely not over.
That is a good point. There was the reverse 3-0 in literally just the last match. But Idom's a different player. G is a different character. And the swing that we saw coming out from Deadeye in the last match against Hoji had a lot to do with Deadeye getting the chance to start to be the aggressor.
That's definitely what's going to need to be done here. Because Idom is controlling the entire screen right now. Finally getting the flip kick in to start their fun a little bit. That's gonna be nothing off the
Activation.
huge. One more hit will do it. There it is.
Wow.
Yep.
You really still have to respect that crouching strong even after that far.
Yeah.
G with the executive overreach.
Yeah. Reaches across all 3 branches with one single V trigger.
Yep.
Beautiful. Oh, the
Anti-air,
trade!
even on trade.
Beautiful. That's what you want. Here it comes. The explosion fist.
Okay.
Oh
Then I
no,
has to
no
play-
V-skill. Not
All right,
allowed.
you're gonna be stuck in the corner. We're gonna get hella damage. Look at that chunk.
And there it is.
the reversal is blocked. Idom must have been watching the last set, closing it out, clean sweep 3-0 to earn a spot in the top 4 in the loser semis. Keep talking about how much I love their ground game, but Kudo's ground game is also stellar. So, you know, does that mean that we're going to see this like fantastic drawn out footsie game, or is one of them just going to go, okay, never mind, and dial the intensity up so far that this ends up explosive? Off rip, it looks like we are going to see a methodical game.
Yeah, and this is how I believe Ultimate Weapon played it last time at Carryout Clash. And I believe last time it was Ultimate Weapon that did take it. They had that crazy winners run. But right now, Kudo. Okay. That was interesting. Just let that stun rock. Huge. Got the corner carry. God, so much stun on that VT1.
Ooh. And then finds the back throw to close out the round. First round on the board here for Ultimate Weapon.
That was a very interesting ending, though, because I'm not sure what happened with the jump back after the stun. But Ultimate Weapon closing it out in classic Ultimate Weapon form.
Going back fishing. I love that when Ultimate Weapon is not being the aggressor, that they're not like super actively hitting buttons. They walk forward, they pick where they're gonna press, and they hit a button. When they're on the back foot, they're just charging, they're not swinging. So what's happening is it's making it super hard for Kudo to land pokes because you basically need to get a read on how far forward Ultimate Weapon is gonna walk.
Ooh! That was nasty.
Didn't want to cash out for the stun. Wake up EXSBK. I like that choice from Kudo. Was on shoe activate. That should be able to close with the EX legs. Yep. One round apiece.
Final round.
There's such a back and forth between these two right now. Just the neutral, then they get the corner pressure, it starts exploding. Great. This is exactly how I believe it went pretty much last time, where Ultimate Weapon, although had a lot more of their game being played here. Kudo adjusting very well right now.
Alright. Like, you can see Kudo is starting to try to leave those delays, but it's so consistent, right? If Ultimate Weapon is going forward, they're pressing, and you need to respect them. If they're going back, there's nothing. Nice standing fierce crush counter.
Being very patient. Alright, go for the low. It's clipped instead.
Alright. This is a strong spot for Kudo screen position-wise, but smoked by the EX. Is there going to be a reset at any point? Yeah, we just go for the check, but the frame trap works. Kudo doesn't respect it, and the first game goes on the board for Ultimate Weapon. Playing for the 3 out of 5 this time. When they played last in Carryout Clash, it was 2 out of 3 because they bumped into each other outside of the top 8. So, still has time to make the adjustments.
You know, one thing that never escapes my mind when I see V-Trigger 1 Balrog is the fact that Balrog has the corner carry of the gods in that V-Trigger. And we saw it there. That was just carried all the way to the corner, got the Balrog game going exactly as you wanted. Excellent usage of it.
Great spacing, the rush punch just whiffs. Kudo finds the low forward hit and has this corner position now. Oh, the back roundhouse anti-air. That was a second later, and that wouldn't have worked.
Excellent EX legs there. Ultimate Weapon gonna need to find the way out of the corner. Nice. Stuffs it. Getting close to mid-screen.
Yep, not prepared to whiff punish the Crouching Fierce. And Kudo getting pressed back. Had to surrender so much space. Ultimate Weapon is so good at really leveraging the threat of Rush Punch and Dash Low.
Yeah. Ultimate Weapon does such a good job of like weighing the different spacings. But Kudo's adjusting them. Doing a great job of challenging them. But yeah, like I was saying before, Ultimate Weapon's got just super good variance of spacing on a lot of things once they get to that point where he's just sitting still. Right now, Kudo's got a very dominant corner game going.
Yeah, the problem is stun is slowly going down, and Ultimate Weapon just so willing to take the throw, so willing to just hold down back until the turn is really over. Jumps over the fireball. Big damage, spends the 1 bar. Look at that little bit of weight. Ultimate Weapon is watching for when Kudo is going to poke out with like a low short or something.
Really trying to get these low rush punches in, but they have not been working so far. Alright, so we see the patient Ultimate Weapon here. Got VT1, that means a corner if one hit.
Ooh. Oh, we wanted the 2, hit the double dash to try to go for the throw game there. Any hit will do it for Kudo.
Oh, falls right into the EX Fireball.
Yeah, Kudo is cycling in the fireball very effectively. You can see the Kudo's starting to pick spots that are just outside of dash straight range, and they're using the fireballs to make it harder for Ultimate Weapon to control the space in front of them. So I think that first jump in over the fireball that we saw from Ultimate Weapon is a big data point, and I feel like Ultimate Weapon's going to have to try to get a read on this fireball game. But Kudo's using it so sparingly.
Yeah, it's making it so like it's not easy to V-skill 1 through because it's unpredictable. So Kudo's just doing a really good job of keeping their game intact while having their, you know, am I going to throw the fireball or not?
Right, it was Kudo dropped in the fireball as like a super subtle seasoning. It's like, oh, do I detect a hint of Kikoko? Do I detect a hint of fireball? I do.
Just a little bit, just a pinch. Right now.
Oh, so good.
Done.
That is gonna stun. I think the scaling is. Oh no, the scaling is not too bad. Let me fix my face. Round on the board for Kudo.
Kudo looking very comfortable now. Although I'm gonna have to find a different way in. Wow, what a great spacing there with the crouching heavy punch.
Oh, okay, and now cycling in the standing roundhouse. Kudo has, like, very slowly over the span of the set, but seems confident now, found the pocket that exposes Ultimate Weapon. It's like, well, I pick this one and it beats dash straight. I pick this one and it beats it if you start to walk too far forward. Neutral jump. Oh, so
that was
use the legs.
That was so smart. That floats right over the upper. Beautiful. Awesome job. That's what you love to see.
Well, Kudo's on something else right now.
Astral plane.
Yeah, sitting 2 up.
Kudo's sitting in the astral plane with these strats.
Yeah, opened the 3rd eye.
Yeah, I mean, man, the floating over, just controlling this game as best as they can, even when they're, you know, on their back foot. And Ultimate Weapon's really going to need to, you know, figure out a different approach here. Because Kudo seems to have all the reads and all the, you know, the astral powers up in the plane right now.
Right? Playing this ground game really effectively right now. Low forward connects for Ultimate Weapon, and now we're starting to see that V-skill cycling in. Catches with the low straight.
Just out of range for a punish there.
Oh, dash in. Nice tech from Kudo. I would prefer to see a check on the dash, but easier said than done, especially against a character like Boxer where you have to respect the dash straight so much. Speaking of the dash straight, shimmy, no bite, EX legs.
Ultimate Weapon does have VT1. There it is. One little hit. There it is.
That'll close out the round. Anything would have done it. Kudo struggled a little bit more in that round, and you could see, I mean, they burned through that V-trigger super fast.
Yeah, they're just both adjusting to each other super well because they're both changing their approaches on things. And Ultimate Weapon right now does have the upper hand, or I guess the upper glove, in terms of Balrog. But Kudo trying to get that push to the corner right now. They got the bust out.
Ultimate has managed to push this back to mid-screen, but just like that, it's nullified by the very tip of the crush counter standing roundhouse. Wow, that was a whiff stand fierce, no whiff punish. That button never whiffs. Trigger activation from Ultimate Weapon, cashing, bringing us all the way to the corner.
That is stun. That is stun and a half.
And that's going to close it out. 2 games apiece, Ultimate Weapon and Kudo. We're going to go to the last game.
Yeah, I mean, this is, like I said, the adaptation, back and forth. That's what we're seeing. And, I mean, this is a big reason to why we were seeing, like, Ultimate Weapon. He was able to get it at the last Carryout Clash. We're seeing the adaptation that we saw last time. You can't count him out.
Yeah, and I mean, just like the fact that Kudo had a stand fierce whiff, I feel like through the course of the night, I don't know that I've ever seen Kudo like whiff a stand fierce. I mean, who whiffs that button on Chun?
Yeah, it's just the button.
It just reaches. It's like there's a magnet. It's just it's gonna go that extra distance, but it doesn't always. Shimmy, no bite. Ultimate Weapon stuck in this corner. Fireball beats the EX dash straight. Trigger activation from Ultimate Weapon. Back throw to put us back to this side of the corner. Saves some trigger.
Oh, wow. Good challenge there. Not letting me overhead come out.
Yeah, Kudo is unafraid to hit that low short and challenge you. There's been so many of these meaties that are connecting counter hit, and Kudo gets the counter hit and then is already committing to go for a shimmy after.
Okay. Nice run of that bar. Get that corner carry. Oh, good challenge on the dash. And the EX legs.
And it's set point for Kudo, and it's once again his, Kudo's willingness to break out that low short. How's Ultimate Weapon gonna respond? V-skill through the fireball.
I got the pokes.
By the low. Big crush counter roundhouse doesn't cash out anything more. Does Kudo. Low short check. And you can see Kudo is like sending out these like individual pokes and then takes that extra second to wait and wants to see what's gonna come out of it.
V-shift, give me that space. Get the Kosho. I'm not putting up with any of that.
Anti-airs. And that's what I talked about, that Ultimate Weapon was going to have to try to go to these anti-airs, to these jump-ins, but Kudo's still ready. The Fireball game has been so inconsistent. It's been so sporadic. Ultimate Weapon has had a hard time finding it. Single confirms, stand fierce, CA, closes it out 3-2, and Kudo moves on to loser semis against Idom.
God. It was so...
All of our sponsor quests. Ooh,
Rashid.
Go.
Wasn't ready for that, but all right.
Yeah, was not on my short list.
Rashid. All right.
Skill 1, trigger 2.
I do believe this is like the Rashid matchup, though. If I heard correctly, that Dalsum gets destroyed by Rashid. Because of how much screen control he gets from like his speed.
Well, there you go then. I mean, if that would then mean that Punk is making a matchup choice with this one. We're gonna have to see how it ultimately pans out. Art catches Punk trying to take a cheeky turn. Neutral jump, great read actually from Punk for the neutral jump on the slide, taking the turns back right back into the corner. Shimmy does
beautiful. That is Yeah, that's definitely the Rashid versus Dalzim type. Once Rashid gets going, he's really hard to stop, and he's kind of like trying to swat a fly a lot of the time, and it's really hard to deal with his oppressive offense like that.
Yeah, I love that standing short check though, as Punk tried to stick out EX Tornado, stalling Punk just a little bit. It has a life lead now in this round, but I mean, Rashid can dish out damage. If Punk gets in, it's going to be that much harder. There's the trigger activation, taking a turn. V reversal forced out from Art. Going in behind those V-Trigger 2 tornadoes.
The V reversal touches the roll. Oh, the floats.
Punk is fishing.
Yeah, that's a universal answer to float, pretty much, I believe.
That's what I was about to say. I was like, yeah, going for the straight up mixer, sort of nullifying the need to deal with the left right is definitely something that's I imagine going to give Art pause.
And now, alright, the anti-air. Alright, Art's like, nah, I gotta control the screen right now. Stop flying around. Oh
my god.
Really good move against there. Fortunately,
yeah, Art spent so much meter and got so little for it, but hey, trigger activation. Art, look at Art trying to slide activate. Punk is just not allowing it.
There it is. The
okay.
yoga.
Yeah, Punk played that round so aggro. I mean, he played this whole game super aggro, and that may well be what Rashid needs to do. He has all of that, you know, momentum behind all of his stuff that you can just sort of try to snipe him out and make something happen.
Yeah.
But Art did, I think, a pretty good job of trying to navigate around it. We are staying locked in on the Rashid.
Yeah. It's definitely a strong pick against Dalzim, and Punk's been going with that. Oh, wow, I thought he had that with him. But he's been going in really aggressive. And he's playing a little bit slower this time around.
V-shift back, finding the anti-air into the float. Wow, Art, I actually love that call from Art just to land shallow there and bait out an answer from Punk. But Punk in the driver's seat. Oh, this the pace of this match is insane.
Yeah. Goodness. Push back.
Yep.
The high five.
Late. V-shift goes for V-break, -2. Wow. Punk actually went for a throw attempt there. A little bit too far away.
Staggers.
Reversal.
And catches him.
Round 2.
Yeah, while the character matchup may be favorable, I feel like Punk doesn't have enough familiarity with it. Because, like, we're seeing him play super aggro, but I think Art's a sim main, right? He's going to know how to play this matchup better than Punk is. So you see Art is bringing out all of these varied answers and introducing, like, layer 2 and layer 3 to the matchup. And I feel like Punk just doesn't have necessarily know how to engage on that level. You're going to be living through this combo. Neutral jump shimmy does connect.
Excellent corner pressure there.
Yeah, I think Punk was trying to tell you something, Brad. He said, yo,
Yeah.
hit exclamation point, Brad in OG on chat. We're down on my Rashido.
I don't know. I'm still not a believer. We'll see. If he wins, I'll be made a believer. But I think Art is playing the matchup pretty well right now. Although that being said, Punk has figured it out. V-shift. Oh no, V-shift into V-break. Art stays cornered. No follow-up on the crush counter. He's out of the corner. Gets away with whiffing and air normal too.
Oh my god, the eagle spike. Spit that fire.
Okay. Those air limbs are from Art trying to deal with the off the wall, and that's exactly what I mean about bringing out these like layer 2 options.
I think that only goes in a
Just do
regular
it.
eagle.
I respect
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, just do it.
It's safe. What is he gonna do? He's gonna get the wall right after? You gotta hold that.
All right, Brad, time to sing. And then I saw his Rashid. Now I'm a believer. Let's go.
Yo, Brad, he's putting you on the spot.
Oh, he is, but also I'm not going to sing because someone said I was tone deaf earlier, which I disagree with. I think I hit those notes. But instead, we can just go right into game 3. 1 game apiece, still on the Rashid. You know what it is? I don't believe... I have a harder time believing if Punk isn't on a pink costume. That's what it is.
That's a good point. I was surprised that there was no pink, especially because he's pink-to-god right now.
Well, it depends. Is he wearing the pink durag on stream?
That's a question that somebody else can answer. Oh my god,
Ooh,
gets
that's
the
a good
juggle
pull.
off of that after the teleport? Damn.
Now, Art looked very comfortable. Got the double anti-air. Okay.
TK teleport, but Punk is
Beautiful. That's gonna stun with the heavy mixer. Yep. And that is gonna hurt a lot. Yeah, that's it.
All right. All right. Punk is getting more comfortable with Art right now.
Yeah. A little bit. Freaking. Stanky leg. Get away from me.
Ooh, nice.
Oh my god.
Smelled the frames of that. Get out of here.
All right.
Awesome.
Neutral jump set up. The reversal gets blocked. Slide, no activation. I love
stuff
the
from the
check on the fireball again.
Is what you need to do when Rashid starts doing the whirlwind shot. You gotta stop it.
Ooh, but Punk innovating there. You know how I was just talking about adding layer 2 to the matchup? Punk is experimenting and learning. Went and threw that EX fireball in a range where Art was not going to be close enough to counter poke.
Just out of range of that crouching jab, as you saw. Went right around it. Close it out with it. Excellent work.
Round 1. Fight.
All right, that's 2 games up for Punk. I think actually is trying to show me something. It's like, how dare Brad say that Art knows the matchup better? Which is not an egregious thing to say, but hey, Punk figured it out. Oh, Mixer gets blocked.
That's a nerf. That's an actual nerf.
Was that a standing reset from Art, or did the combo drop? All right.
There's one thing. Okay, never mind. I was about to say, if there's one thing about Rashid, is that you really can't keep him in the corner because he just flies away. But not if you just hit him.
Yeah, I mean, the carpet being in that spot, that was virtually checkmate. Because once the gray life got low enough, it was like, you're done to anything, and you also can't, like, armor through anything. So, catches him out the air, does Punk. And, okay. Oh, nice presence of mind to wait and punish the V-reversal. Teleporting back so he can keep this position.
You must have a good presence of mind if you're going to be a master of yoga. Bro. We're downtown with the V skill kick? Okay.
Okay.
Oh no. Oh no.
5 kick works. Art can still close this out, but it's not going to matter if you get stunned. This is about to be set point for Punk. Not only is it set point, but Punk carries the resources into the next round. So going into potentially the final round, fully loaded here in the winners finals of Carryout Clash 2.
Definitely go for these big whiff punches though, just short of.
I mean, you can afford to do that in this matchup as Rashid, right? If you're right, then the Eagle Spike can connect and you can actually get like hit confirms off of those spots if you buffer properly. We've seen it come out once already.
Spit some fire. Unscaled great damage. It's a lot of great damage.
But the mixer comes out. Art on the back foot, stuck in the corner. Trigger activation comes out from Punk.
Oh, tried
Air to air.
to be a little sneaky there.
Is this one touch? Especially with the gray life. Oh no, if we had confirmed there, that could have been everything. Trigger activation, that's...
Never
No
seen that.
way.
Oh my god.
You just said no. I'm not putting up with that at all.
Yo, Punk is OD. You see this?
My
Punk,
goodness.
Wow.
the god, bro.
Yeah. The
Punk really
Rashid?
said, let me show you why this is a bad matchup.
So,
Are we doing that hot swap right now?
Yeah, about
Yeah,
a tag
I'm
here.
here.
Hotspot time.
Round 1.
Do you think?
so now, yeah, let's go. Hey, Pulse.
Yo, we're back. We're back.
Yes, sir. And look, man, we got Idom and Kudo, man. These guys, as we were saying earlier, these guys have played a good amount, man. They had that first to 10 at NOBC. They've definitely ran into each other in plenty of tournaments. So this is not a new sight, but could be a new result. Kudo's trying to get that one up on Idom.
Yeah, and I mean, today definitely could be the week. This top 4 is, you know, pretty much the top 4 I expected, looking at the bracket beforehand. But
really, I wasn't. I'm not going front.
Yeah, I mean, I saw these guys in here. This was definitely my top 4. You know, you see Punk and Idom in the bracket. I'm assuming they're probably going to be among the top 4. Arturo being in there also to me is like a guaranteed top 4, and then Kudo is, you know, he's been playing amazing ever since he's came to stateside. So.
Yeah, and that was a good ender for Kudo taking the first round. Man, look, man. Like I said, man, these guys have been consistent. Every time you see them in tournaments, they are the ones you gotta look out for. Obviously, Idom with that great performance in Evo. Punk, the great performance almost every time. You know?
Yeah.
And like you said, man, since Kudo has come stateside, you know, he's been putting himself out, and we have been seeing him, and he has been showing out. And man, we can't even say much about Art, man. You already know. If you a Street Fighter old head, you feel me? You know Arturo.
Oh, the V command grabbed the V reversal. That was so sick.
Got scoop. I like that V trigger. That V trigger. Oh, what a punish.
Yeah. Yeah, that's gonna be the first game for Kudo.
Yeah, man, look. So, Kudo has those numbers in his head. Look, man, I've seen Kudo whiff punish, a whiff grab into Superman. We saw that, and we all looked at each other. We were like, oh, this dude is different, all right? Kudo.
Yeah, Kudo's neutral is pretty insane. Like, just watching him over on Carryout and different tournaments, you know, even the Bruce Lee regular weeklies, just his neutral is definitely like his strong point. Just like right there, you know, with punishing with the low forward. It's like those young man reactions are just so strong.
Definitely young man reactions. Like, man, and it is great when you try to knowledge check someone and they're like, ha, you can't catch me with that, bro. I know I can punish that with something. And
once again, Kudo keep whip punishing with the low forward, just keeping Idom locked down in the corner.
Okay, right now, Idom's trying to fight out the corner. Look at those reactions, man.
Yeah, he tried a V-skill and that got punished. Don't try to do unsafe things against Kudo. He will react.
He will react, man. He definitely will, man. Right now, Kudo in a great position. He can just throw out buttons right here.
Yeah, that's gonna take it. Yeah, it looks like Idom's having issues dealing with Chun-Li's buttons in general, and it makes sense. Like, her kid is so good.
Yeah, man, Chun is definitely one of the stronger characters with concerning, like, you know, the neutral buttons. Her neutral buttons are just insanely good.
There's another one. Constantly with punishing that Sand Fierce. Okay, he gets the V skill. Ooh, good jump from Kudo. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, the link closed, my bad. My browser might crash.
Oh, safe. But Kudo just needs one hit to end it all. Oh, definitely just needs one hit. Oh, that's it! Oh no! Oh my gosh. No way.
Oh, the reactions. Wow. That was great.
So Kudo dropped what could have won the round. And man, was that... Whew, those are the ones that get you, man. When you drop something and you just get you lose because of that, man. That's so unfortunate. But Kudo cleaned up, you know, dropping the spaghettis all over the floor. He takes the round. Idom's about to make the switch. Kudo, comfortable, 2-zip. And you know what's crazy about just these top four, like the top four, right? So Idom did not compete in the last one, right? Punk, he's sitting well in winner side. He made top 8, but eliminated pretty early. Kudo got 3rd in the last Carryout clash, and Art I think got 5th place, losing to
Round 1.
Ultimate-WPN and Khaleesi. Oh, we got the poison switch. Okay.
Ooh, the poison. Okay. Haven't seen this in a little bit.
Yeah, we did not see poison during the Evil run for Idom.
Yeah, it was all Laura.
Yeah. And that was interesting because a lot of people were asking, like, where's the poison? Why is he not picking poison against, you know, Colleen or something? And
Or even Gao.
or even Guile. But I don't know what there was the rumor going out that he felt uncomfortable playing on the PS4 with poison, which sounds fair. Because you heard the same thing about Luke on PS4. That a lot of people felt uncomfortable playing Luke on PS4. It's one of those, you know, the rumors in the mill, you know? But right now, Idom's looking pretty comfortable with the poison. Kudo also got a stick of butter. It has everything, actually. Stacks of butter. So we'll see. Oh, man. It's not going to kill.
The scaling is too high, but
Yeah,
he does get Oki.
He does get Oki. Oh, he's still alive. Idom could just hit 1 and just call it a night.
Oh, he tried to cartwheel, and the fireball for invincibility ran out. A little too early there.
He lost to Reinhardt Sagat with poison, and then he beat the Sagat with Laura, then lost to the Ryu.
Nice conversion into the whip smacks. Goes for the shimmy. Kudo holding steadfast on the defense, not falling for the shimmy.
Wow.
Oh, very nice. Forward throw. Forward throw. Has him in the corner. Idom's gonna activate. Guess situation. Gets the shimmy.
Dead.
It's.
Oh, never mind.
Oh my god, he just woke up with it. This is so scary.
Oh, yeah, this is match point for Kudo. Completely,
Okay, gets the dynamite down. Burn, baby, burn.
Kudo can't throw a fireball. Oh,
Nobody wants. Nobody wants to advance. Oh, good throw tech.
Oh, there we go.
Oh my god, that was
That's what
amazing.
That's what I was saying earlier. Kudo can't throw the fireball because that trade is definitely in Poison's favor. And it didn't even trade, so...
Yeah, it worked.
Idom keeping himself alive, but Kudo is sitting on full meter right now. He's locked and loaded to deal some damage.
Oh.
Nice! Stand Fierce into super.
Look, man, Kudo's reactions are crazy, man, and that was a great confirm.
Yeah, you gotta respect his hit confirms.
Oh, wow.
I like that idea because he used it to keep him locked down in the corner.
Nice.
Okay,
Wow.
light kick, gets the conversion. That was a really good hit confirm from Idom as well. Both of these guys' reactions are really on point.
Yeah, and they're confirming their buttons, you know. Great execution from both of these guys.
Yeah, Idom working his way to the corner with the whip feint pressure.
Wow, that was gutsy. He dashed up jump. Ooh.
Almost got caught by the EX legs. Thankfully, he landed in time to block. The shimmy, not gonna work. B shift.
Hello?
Oh, the super! Oh, and it whiffed. It whiffed.
My gosh, that is so unfortunate. This is so rough now for Idom. Idom has to work with no meter. Oh. Kudo.
That's
3-0.
That's unfortunate. I thought the super would connect. Well, I didn't know. I guess maybe he was too far out.
And so, Kudo he has to climb uphill, and it's gonna be rough.
Round 1. Fight.
All right,
Okay.
here we go. Losers finals starting now. Kudo versus Arturo.
Look at the buttons, man.
Yeah.
Oh, again, he did that earlier with the back fierce.
Ooh, nice stand strong. Nice stand strong conversion. He's already got Art in the corner.
He did it
Oh,
again. He's throwing out the back fierces. Oh, the stun. This is that
Yeah.
easy.
Already gonna hit him with the stun combo. Oh, optimal 2 bars.
Oh man, look, Chun got some style. I will say that she got some stuff, man.
That was a good jump by Kudo, punishing the bad fireball. Very good stuff.
Ooh.
Jumps out of the corner, puts Art back in the corner.
Right now, Kudo's playing it patient with the fireball. He's trying to use this fireball to like trying to get in, but look at the buttons.
Yeah, he's trying to counter poke, but he's like slightly changing up the timing of his buttons. So then instead of getting counter poked, it'll punish Chun-Li's buttons.
Hey, man, and I understand why Kudo's doing it, but it's hard to do that on Dawson because Dawson has many ways of getting away from those situations. And not only that, like I said before, man, Chun dealing with Dawson's shenanigans is kind of rough.
Yeah, but Kudo's not making it look that rough because he's once again got Arturo locked down in the corner, keeping the pressure on, has a good amount of meter in there with the EX legs. He's just not letting up. Dave reversal doesn't want to deal with the mix-up after the fireball.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
ooh. Don't be floating in the air.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Jump forward LP. I don't know if that was an input error or if he knew that was going to work.
Hey, look.
Yeah, I've seen him air with jump jab a bunch of times before.
Okay.
So on point with it.
Hey, look. All right, he got hit.
Round 1. Fight.
Call them one of them happy accidents. That's what it was. All right. So this is the first game. The first game is done. This is the
Second game.
this is the
Kudo,
second game.
yeah, Kudo up 1-0 right now.
This is losers finals.
Oh, my lord. And Arturo hitting the stun. Optimal stun combo. Goes for the mix-up. Ooh, Kudo jumps out. Side swaps. Now Arturo's in the corner. Activating his V-trigger. I like the V
Good
reversal.
Good.
Yeah.
Wow!
Oh, the air throw. Reacting to the teleport with the air throw. That was some smart stuff.
That's the young man reactions.
Yeah, Kudo's definitely got his thinking cap on tonight.
Oh, okay,
Okay.
that's bad. Yeah.
Okay.
Good stuff from Art. He actually like played that real smart. Just all you had to do was hold back. He held back and he found his opening.
Yeah, catch him to jump back with the roundhouse.
Uh-huh.
Badly placed slide, gonna get punished for that.
Ooh,
Gets the crush counter. Okay, Art pushing himself out the corner. Activates his own V trigger.
Wow, yeah, V-trigger already?
Yeah, it's a 2-bar V trigger.
That was real quick, though. Look at that, man. And Kudos just has to deal with it, man. Oh, he's not that yet. Oh, but now he is.
Yo, Art woke up.
Dawson wins.
Arsa, hold on. Let me adjust the monitor. Oh, the settings were correct. Oh, now it's at 590 hertz.
Yo, and I believe Art because I also use the high refresh rate monitors, and it definitely makes a difference.
Fight.
It's at 80 hertz.
Yo, we got a hertz for every pixel on the old setups.
Art seeing the pimples on Dawson's forehead, bro.
Yeah, Art is definitely right about one thing. After playing on a PC with the high refresh rate monitors, going back to PS4 is awful.
Oh, yes.
Like, not even just for this game. It's the same for KOF, because on PC it's 2 frames, and then on console it's like 4. Oh my god, yo, the flame! To catch the jump, that was crazy, Art.
Arturo is wild. That was crazy. Oh my goodness.
Yo, the whiff punish on the crouch fierce, that was godlike.
Oh my gosh. Nah, these guys right now, man, they're doing a lot of like intergalactic thinking, bro. There's no other way to say it. Godlike reactions and just some freaking out of this world like thought process, man.
This side swaps off the corner. It looks like Arturo is looking pretty comfortable right now. His defensive options are looking good. He's not really getting caught by commentator's curse. Wasn't really getting caught by anything in the neutral until he got hit by that. He's back in the corner, unfortunately, but he's gonna have time to melt down some of that gray life. Kudo standing in the flames.
Oh, this is okay. I was gonna say this is the best scenario for Kudo. He's getting all the great health back. Oh, he is. It's a super.
Yes, sir.
Art could have V-shifted, couldn't he? I hope I'm not tripping. But you know, it's just that's one of the options he could have done. He could have just V-shifted the charge up.
Yeah, the unblockable.
Yeah, well, it's definitely unblocked, but you got options to get out of it. But yeah, no, that was good stuff from Kudo. Art, it's 1-1 going into this is the third game.
Yeah, it's 1-1. Oh, nice. The jump in barely missing. Art gets a conversion off of it. These guys are neck and neck in the life department. Ooh, nice pressure counter roundhouse. Goes to bait the throw with the Hazanshu. No dice for Art. Gonna be a reversal. Get him some space out of the corner. Blocks the cross up. Gets hit by the forward throw. Yo, Kudo he's smelling blood. He wants that. Oh, he wants that one hit into the Kokosho. That's gonna be it. That slide was very punishable.
Yeah, that was a very risky slide. Good stuff for Kudo. Just playing it patient, just holding down back. Good stuff. 2-1 for Kudo in the bad matchup. The bad matchup. This is not favorable for Chun at all.
And those limbs are hard to deal with.
Round 1. Fight.
Okay, going into game 4. Good anti-air. Okay, Arturo starting with the block string, slowly inching himself to the corner. There's a side swap, and then they side swap again. Nice.
That's one thing. Like Kudo's very smart and patient, but he's also very bad. And it's one of those things that you just like. That doesn't sound like it all like mixes, but then when you see him play, you see him very active in the neutral. Very aggressive, but then he knows how to turn it on and off. But that was good stuff from Art. He's taking this round.
Yeah, it seems like both of these guys play like very momentum based. When Kudo gets in, it definitely looks like it's going to be a Kudo round. But if Arturo can control the neutral and keep him out, it's, you know, an Arturo round.
Yeah, man. And you know what's crazy? Look, this is what we're talking about when we're talking about Arturo round. You saw how he was just being very aggressive. Oh no. Messed up on the teleport. Activate. Good for reversal.
I like that. Doesn't want to deal with the activation.
Again.
Reversal again. Kudo locking him down in the corner with the combination of the fireball and the Kokosho. He's out of V trigger.
Look at the gray health. Yep. Knocked it down. Wow.
Oh my god, I got to the combo because of the counter hit juggle.
Yep, you killed him. Wow. Yep,
Wow.
If you're in flow state and you get hit, you're counter hit.
The reactions on this boy.
Yo, this is match point for Kudo.
Yo, this young man.
Young boy, that's a young man.
Yeah.
Young man. It's insane, like how Kudo's come here and like a lot of people didn't know who Kudo was, and man, first NLBC he got second place and everyone's just been like, oh, this dude's insane. Oh,
But you know who's insane? Arturo taking the next game. Yo, you know what I think it is? I think he just... You see what's on Dawson's feet? Those are, yo, those are black Air Forces.
Air Forces?
Those are black Air Forces, my guy. Those are black Air Forces on his feet. Of course we're going to game 5.
What's on his feet? Shoes?
Yeah, I thought that was some anti-jury propaganda. He participated.
Okay, gets the crush counter. Gets another crush counter.
No, clip that, nah. Y'all saw that?
Yo, the reads?
We call it the trifecta, baby. That's wild.
Yeah, we definitely saw Jury riding a motorcycle barefoot. I was like, huh?
Hey,
I saw when this Jury trailer came out, when they showed it off, I was like, dang. I was like, Feet Boys are going crazy right now.
Yeah, the foot ninjas?
Yeah. Now you gotta call them the Foot Clan from TMNT.
Oh yeah.
Foot soldiers?
Yeah, the Foot Soldiers.
Oh my gosh, the sniper. Alright, Art, match point.
Yo, clipping his dome, Arturo.
Ooh.
Nice. Gets the crush counter. Gonna get the throw. Already got him to the corner. Gets the counter hit. That slide was meaty. Oh no.
That was a good jump out from Kudo.
Yeah, caught in Yoga Flame recovery. Kudo's gonna pick up the bread and butter off of it. Ooh, that was a good stand light kick whip punish on the forward heavy kick from Kudo.
Oh no!
Nope, he didn't have any meter to activate. That's -10 on block.
Kudo gotta do something right here, man. Oh, now it's time to burn. Oh, there we go!
Oh, jump in. Gonna activate. Reset.
Oh, good tech. Now Art's out the corner.
-2. Oh, the okie doke. He baited it. Yo, Arturo Sanchez. Not getting hit by the new gen technology. We don't fall for the -2 uppercut strat.
He's in a good spot to like actually to tie with Kudo for most points.
Oh man, here we go. Rashid's back. Yo, somebody get the flying lawnmower video. I know everybody remembers that.
Where it flies.
With the Rashid theme in the background, that's all I think about when I hear his theme. Yo, so right now, Punk is rushing that man down. Got him in the corner. Signature Rashid stuff. And honestly, I could see why Punk picks this character, because this man's rush down is still relentless. I don't care if he's nerfed. This character is still pretty good.
So, like, we just saw Evil, right? And we saw a Rashid in, the Final Four, right? We saw Urian in the Final Four, and we saw Colleen in the Final Four.
Yeah, these are all characters that people say are bad now.
Yeah, right? So, like, like, everyone's talking about all these characters getting nerfed and not, like, they don't seem good. Like, that's false, bro. Like,
yeah.
Yeah,
like, I definitely knew that Urian was still strong when you saw that Tokido didn't drop the character. Because he mainly picks, like, top tiers.
Dropped the Kuma real quick, man. Dropped it like a bad habit. He said, no, I don't want to play this character anymore. And it's crazy because I don't think Akuma's a bad character. It's just that Luke, everything that Akuma does, Luke does better, right? So that's why you see a lot of Akuma players just dropping Akuma because Luke is just a character.
Just cooking him up.
Ooh.
Gets jumping.
Oh my gosh, they're just staring at each other.
Oh, that whip punish!
Trash.
Oh my god!
That would have been insane if it would have connected, man.
Yo, I'm mad that it didn't work because that was so sick.
Bro, why are we getting these? Oh my gosh, that was a sick. That was sick in theory, but it didn't work.
Yeah.
It's not the first one. The Idom thing, that was unfortunate, but
Okay, gets the side switch with the crosser. Activate V trigger. Oh yeah, he jumped back. That's definitely eating a lot of damage. Gets mixed by the wall jump. V shifts out.
I'm gonna get
mixed it.
mod.
Hey yo! Hey yo! Yo! Oh my god. Punk the god. Locking him down with the whirlwind shots, constant cross-ups. Does it 3 times to condition him to think it's gonna happen again, and then mixes it up with the shimmy. Very impressive stuff.
That was so wild.
Bro, Rashid just became the lawnmower right there. Like that was Rashid as the lawnmower, like straight up. Like he was flying right there.
All we heard was Yahoo! 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 I heard sounding like Mario, bro.
Nice stand like kick interrupt on the whirlwind shot.
Oh.
Good anti-air. Use the float cancel. Gonna just keep it at neutral. Fortunately gets clipped. Here's the wall jumps.
We do it again.
Take the throw.
Oh, he's dead.
Oh!
Oh, I thought that was gonna.
Yo, Punk loves the wall hops, man. Ooh, crush counter.
Oh.
Gets the combo.
Chip.
He's dead. Yeah.
Oh, he caught him pressing the button. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought I was like, yeah, he can beat shit, right? But he caught him pressing the button, so didn't matter. Man, hitting him with the yahoo, 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 yahoo.
Nice.
He still caught him.
Yeah, catch on the teleport with the uppercut.
Ooh.
Good cross up. Stand strong, low forward into Eagle Spike. Good block on the V shift break. Art's gonna get out of the corner. Ooh, the counter hit flow. Nice.
Oh,
Ooh, optimal.
Yeah, Punk hitting him with a counter hit flow combo of his own. Gonna hit the counter hit stand strong. Into the stand fierce. Almost dies after the EXD. And then like, he's gonna take it. Punk going up 2-0.
Yeah,
Make
man.
it look like another day in the office right now.
So wild. Like, you playing extremely well, and Art just. We're going back. We're going back to character select. I was like, wait, what happened?
I don't believe that Art's gonna switch. I think he just needs a breather.
I mean, who else would Art switch to?
Bulk, and I'm pretty sure
know
he
he
hasn't. Yeah, like he hasn't had. I'm pretty sure he hasn't really been practicing Falk lately. I think he's just
That's
been.
what I was gonna say. That's what I was gonna say. I know he has a Falk, but is he feeling confident in that Falk right now as we speak? And so, you know, it's gonna be rough. Like this is it right here, man.
Yeah, this could potentially be the last game of Grand Finals.
Yeah, you gotta win 3 games, and you know, right now Punk has been playing. Man,
Ooh.
look at him.
The Stand Fierce with punish, off rip, goes for the cross up, goes for it again, gets the counter hit flow, 1 hit away from stun.
Nah.
Oh
Did
my
not
god!
just do it again.
Yo, Punk. Yo, this Rashid though.
Yo, so Punk definitely saw that dude earlier. You say, oh, didn't Punk learn that he can't play Rashid against Sim after what Crimson did to him? He's like, oh, word? I'm the alpha.
Yeah, he said, I'm the alpha. Let me go back to the lab real quick. Nice. Yo, Punk walking forward fearlessly. Yo, I like the confidence he has right now.
Okay, B shift.
Good V-shift. You gotta get some breathing room. He's dead.
And the cross up into the mixer, into the super. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. Punk the God is gonna take it. And that's the rage quit.
With the rage quit too?
With the rage quit. Oh, I don't
Yeah, he
wait.
rage
What?
quitted on his win.
Brother, did he win quit?
He win quit. He win.
I was like, damn,
He win
alright.
quit. He win quit.
I don't think I've ever seen that before.
What,
Man
win
said,
quits?
yo, I gotta go.
That is great. That is great. Nah, of course it's gonna count. Come on.
Yeah, that was set in stone. It was mid super animation.
Yeah, come
Yeah,
on.
that was. But that's a first. I've never seen someone win so bad they quit. That's insane.